My friends, how the heck are you? I see nothing changed with, this whole thing while I was gone. Hello, everybody. Lady Iron, congrats again on being first. My goodness. That was impressive. Were you waiting for me all week? Were you just clicking repeatedly, nonstop for the last 7 days? True Celt, I've missed you, my friend.
Hello there.
Hello there, hello there. Congrats to Lady Iron on the first right. I know, that was impressive. And, True Celt also says, welcome back. I appreciate that. Seriously, True Celt. It's good to be back. Nonder, hello, hello. Hey, and Crystal, hello. How are you all doing today? Yes, I lived in your offline stream for a week. That would be the saddest thing ever, actually. So, yeah, it's good to see you all. I will say this. I was exhausted from my trip. I apologize again for the delayed return, if you will. Coleman, my goodness, Coleman. Welcome back to us. We really are a delight. You must have missed us. I did. I seriously did. Cheers. Thank you so much, Coleman and Mrs. Magoots. Coleman, thank you so much, my friend. I did miss you. How did you know? And cheers to Mrs. Magoots. Almost 2 years for Mrs. Magoots. My goodness. Yeah, I apologize for the delay. I fully expected to be back streaming yesterday, but it became apparent when I got home Monday. I was like, nope. It's not gonna happen. There's just not enough. There's not enough loots to go around right now. I think my bed is calling, and I don't think that it would have been any. I don't think it would have been a good plan. You know, the sleep was hard to come by over the last several days. So, 22 months plus 13 years. 13 freaking years. It'll actually be 13 years next month that we've been together. Not married for all of those, but 13 years of being with each other. So that's a while. That's a while. But how was everybody? How did the week go? It has seriously been a full week. The last time I streamed was March 16th, and here we are, March 23rd now. So I hope everybody had a good week. I hope it wasn't too stressful. I hope it was pretty chill, calm, relaxing, just enjoyable. I will say I have some stories to tell you all. They are, it's some of it's fun. Not all of it's fun, but some of it's fun. So welcome back, friends. So good to see you back with us again. Hope you and the missus are well. Appreciate that, Crystal. Yes, I'm definitely glad to be back. We are well. We are well indeed. And Steph, hello. Welcome home. Thank you so much. It's good to be home, I have to say. It was a great trip. Give us the bad news first, Dad. Well, the bad news is pretty simple. And it pretty much, most all the bad news started at the beginning of the trip. I kind of kept you guys posted on Discord a little bit, just because I didn't want there to be total radio silence. Yeah, I felt like I should at least tell you guys where I was at. You know, if I just fully disappeared, without a trace, for a week, I didn't want anybody to be worried about me, So yeah, the bad news is I was supposed to leave. We were supposed to leave, like our flight was supposed to take off at 1:15 p.m. on Thursday. NCV, welcome back in. Cheers to you. Would have sent Liam Neeson out for you. Wow. You would have pulled out all the stops for me, Steph? You were just saying you forgot to mute Discord? No. I know I wasn't going to mute you guys, but I also didn't want to like, all right, here's this update. And you'd be like, okay, Lutz thought you were on your vacation leaving, So, Chef, hey, how you doing? So so what happened was our flight was supposed to leave on Thursday at 1:15 p.m. And we got several delays. Before we even left for the airport, there was a delay. I had been getting alerts, like email alerts, app alerts. So it was on my Google Calendar. So my Google was giving me alerts too. So I was getting multiple alerts. And all of it, leading up to the day of said flight's on time, which I'm like, okay, why do I need an alert for that? Just let me be, So anyway, we're going to the airport and it gets delayed a little bit. I'm thinking, okay, sometimes that happens. All right. I had a direct flight. And so that was fine. But ended up being delayed again and delayed again and delayed again. We got on the plane. Actually, I realized this. Actually, I said it got delayed before we got to the airport. That wasn't the first day. That was the second day. So the first day we actually get on the plane and we're about to take off and they say, and all of a sudden I get an alert on my phone that says it's delayed by an hour. And I'm like, what the heck? We're on the plane. So we're just going to sit here on the plane. And then the captain comes on and he says, we have a delay. There's some weather in New York City. It seems like it's going to be about 2.5 hours. And I'm like, well, the app just said 1 hour, So it doesn't make much sense to have you sit here. So we're just going to go ahead and let you get back off and be a little more comfortable there in the airport. So we get back off. But Liam Neeson all the way, no question about that. Have you guys seen the Family Guy version of the Family Guy episode of Taken? Nothing much, man. Slowly getting back into loving gaming. Okay, all right. What kind of games you looking at then, NCV? That you've been getting back into? Oh, this is one of my mugs I got. New York. There you go. New York mug. Also wearing a New York hoodie. So these are the two souvenirs I bought for myself. I don't have any other souvenirs really. But so yeah, anyway, we get delayed. And so it seems like, we get delayed a long time. And so my mom and I were a little worried because we're like, okay, well now, the later we go, the more likely it is we're gonna have to navigate New York City public transit in the dark. And so we're a little worried about that. But hey, Charles, happy hump day. Hump day. World War II, some like Call of Duty. Is it Call of Duty? Okay, Lutz, we get it. You've been to New York. All two things you now know. Just imagine that the song "Now You're in New York," right? And then starts playing. Then the record scratches. Yeah, I know. It's pretty much what happened. Pretty much exactly what happened in my head. So anyway, it gets delayed, and so we get back on the plane like sometime around six, I want to say. So again, it's been about a 5 hours worth of delays. And we're worried about getting to our hotel in the dark, because we've never been to the city, it's obviously a little bit easier to see street signs and everything when it's light out. So, we decide that, we're going to go ahead and get on the, we'll go and we'll do it, whatever, So we get back on the plane and we taxi out to the runway and the captain told us like, yeah, it seems like the fog is maybe going to clear. So we're going to go ahead and taxi on out there. And as soon as we get the okay, we're going to go ahead and just go for it. And he said, but this plane is needed for another flight. And so if we can't take off by, it was like 6:48 or something like that. If we can't take off by 6:48, we're going to have to taxi you back and we'll have to get you transferred over to the other flight. Like there was another plane about to go to New York. So sure enough, 6:28 rolls around, 6:48, whatever time it was, rolls around and nope, we're not taking off yet. So they taxi us back out there. We have to get back off the plane a second time. And there's a huge line waiting to, catch the flight, the other flight. Of course, they don't have that many seats. So it didn't matter. That flight also got canceled. So people are trying to reschedule left and right. I was trying to book an earlier flight the next day so that I could, still make my event. All of those, like I was in the app. As soon as I hit book now, it said, sorry, this flight is full. Went to the next one. Sorry, this flight is full. And so I ended up getting one. The only one I could get was one that was at 9:45 the next morning, but it didn't get me there until like close to noon. It was gonna be sometime around noon, and I was supposed to compete at 12:15, my first event. So I was like, well, guaranteed to miss my first event now, and that's my main event, the 400-meter dash. So I was like, well, guaranteed to miss my event. So that I sort of had to grieve that a little bit. But yeah, it was a nightmare, Lady Iron, and yeah, super annoying. It was, yeah. You're a Call of Duty guy, NCV. So anyway, we said, okay, well, I'm just going to try to make the best of it. So Mrs. Magoots came back and picked us up, because we live about 30 minutes from the airport. She came back and picked us up. And then, what a palava. Wait, what's a palava? Being a puddle of tears. It was frustrating. It was saddening, angering, disappointing all at once. It was just, it was definitely a low point of my week. That's for sure. But Mrs. Magoots came and picked us up. We had booked another flight. It was actually going to take us, to, I can't remember if there was, I think it was one that had a layover. So it was supposed to take us over, I think, to Washington, D.C. And then we fly into, whatever, Westchester, or whatever it is, like north of the city. And then we were going to have to cab down into our hotel or to the facility. And got an alert before, like, I woke up, checked my phone. I already had an alert that said the flight was delayed. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. So it was delayed again. Again, this was supposed to take off at 9:45, and I was going to miss my first event because of the layover and having to like taxi in. And then it got delayed, and it got delayed again, and it just kept getting delayed. And I'm like, well, now, I mean, I'm in danger of missing my second event. And there was an 8-hour gap between my events. Like, that's how much time I had. Like, this meet was going all day. My first event was at like the beginning of the meet. My second event was at the end of the meet. So, Curry, how the heck are ya? It's like a big kerfuffle, is that right? While you're gone, it's busy getting slapped upside my emotions by the Life is Strange is so good. At this point, parts 1 and 2 of the first game are done, and last night with part 2 was a tough one. So you're going through the first game, huh? Sounds like you could have drove to NYC faster. Yes, 100%, Charles, 100%. And I almost did that. I legitimately told my mom, I was like, all right, we're gonna rent a car, and I'm gonna drive us through the night, and we're gonna get there, and we'll be there early Friday morning. But it was one of those deals where, like, couple issues. So I assumed my flight could be refunded, but we would have had to rent a car. I didn't want to take my own car. Gas is obviously not very cheap right now either. And then I have to figure out what I do with the car when I get there. Do I park it? Do I turn it in and rent another car? Do I just try to only catch my return flight home? Like, I don't know how that, I wasn't sure what to do. So I was like, whatever, it'll be fine. Like, we're going to leave early on Friday morning, so it'll be fine. Hindsight, of course. So anyway, my flight on Friday got delayed. It was supposed to be at 9:45. Didn't actually take off until about 4:30. So I was supposed to leave 1:15 on Thursday. Didn't leave until about 4:35 on Friday. Direct flight to New York. A flight that took me 2 hours, I ended up waiting for 27 hours. Over 27 hours. So, yeah. I briefly entertained the idea of taking a train to New York City. That is 100% what I'm doing next time. If I go to New York City again, I am 100% taking the train. It was a 22-hour train ride, but it took me almost 30 hours to get to New York City. So like I'm like, okay, train is faster, and like at least I don't have to sit in a dang airport for most of that time too. So yeah, it was terrible, Nonder. American's really good for compensation. Wait, what do you mean? A complimentary drink? Oh, I mean, I got some Biscoff cookies, so that was good. And I could have gotten a drink on the flight, yeah. But train would be so much fun. I know, I want to try it. I do want to try it, but that was the thing. I was worried about the 22 hours because it's like, well, if I was going just to hang out and visit, whatever, but I'm supposed to compete afterwards. And so I'm like, I don't know if being on a train for 22 hours, like how am I going to feel after that? Am I going to feel like I've been cooped up, you know, or whatever? But what I was going to do was I wasn't going to get like a regular coach ticket. I was going to try to buy a ticket for a roomette is what they call it. And it's a place it's got its own like benches in it that convert into beds at night. And so it's just you in this little cabin. It's just you and, you know, whoever you're with. You can have 2 people in it. So it would have been me and my mom. But I looked at that before before I knew my mom was coming. So I was like, dang, it's only $200 for me to fly round trip, and it's about $400 for me to train there. I think it was $440, $220 for the flight, and then $200 for the train. So I was like, I don't know. I mean, it's barely any more to fly there, and it's supposed to be, you know, much quicker, obviously. So yeah, hindsight's 2020. I would have taken the train if I could go back in time and buy those tickets. So I've been hearing a lot about the series from another community I'm a part of, so I started streaming the series based on when they came out. So part 1 and 2 of the first game. Yeah, they're incredible games, Crystal. I've played Life is Strange 1 as well as Before the Storm, and then the Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit, I think is what it's called. I haven't made it to Life is Strange 2 nor True Colors, but I would really like to, because those games, man, they made me feel some things, you know? That's how we get to NYC from DC. The Acela is awesome, but it's almost as expensive as a plane. Really? Rooms are so cool. Have you done one before, Nonder? Same from Boston. It's a nice ride. So you guys have done these all before? You would be way too tall for that, wouldn't you? Oh gosh, me? No, I'm not tall. I'm not tall. I'm 5'8" with shoes on, so yeah, I'm not a tall guy. Overnight train from London to Edinburgh was the best sleep I had gotten on that trip. Really? You love train travel? I've heard it's just so relaxing. People have said it's just such a relaxing, like, feeling. And you also love train travel, Curry. What kind of train trip have you been on before? What? You're still 8 inches taller than me. You look so I look tall? Really? Man. My goal is to buy True Colors Ultimate and basically own the whole series in full. Though I bought Life is Strange 1 2 times over, so it's supposed to be a triple dip for update. I got you. So Ultimate is going to come with all of them? Oh, milady diddums. Diddums. Used to travel to NYC every month for work. The seats are roomy. They have Wi-Fi and a power outlet. See, I mean, that's it. That's all I needed. So it would have been slightly cheap. And honestly, it would have been a lot cheaper when you add up all the different... I don't know what security's like to get on a long train ride. I'm not totally sure. But like going through airport security, I'd put all my snacks in my checked bag. Because I thought, well, you know, I'm just going to be there. So like the snacks I brought along for competition and whatnot, I put them all in my check bag. So, I mean, I was starving at the airport. So I ended up having to buy airport food, which is just so much more expensive, you know? Yeah, it was just not, it ended up costing us so much more money for all these delays, and they don't compensate you for that. Like I even asked them, I said, at what point do I, you know, like how much longer am I going to sit here? I've already missed out on this time spent in New York that was like kind of a once in a lifetime trip, you know? And I'm like, I've missed my events. I've now had to buy several meals here. I asked the person at the desk, and I said, I promise, I'm not trying to be a jerk. I just, like, what am I supposed to do? You know, I'm like, what would you do in my shoes? You know? And she's just like, I'm sorry. I know it's such a pain, and you know, I'm just like, and at this point, I'm not being a jerk. I'm just dejected. You know, I'm just like, am I ever gonna get, like, am I gonna miss all of my events? You know? So. A train stream? Oh gosh, I can't expect that would be very reliable. Next New York trip, we'll be expecting a Lutz train stream. Mr. McDucky, how are you? Paying for airport food is obnoxious. It really is. They just boost the prices for no reason, just because they can, you know. What we ended up doing on the second day, so the second day of delays, we actually walked back out. So we went through security. The plane kept getting delayed, And so we're like, well, we're gonna have to eat lunch here now. And so I told my mom, I was like, I'm not gonna buy a sandwich again over here. I said, we're gonna go out to the food. It's weird. The Indy airport has a food court before you go through security. So I was like, we're gonna go ahead and leave and then come back through security after we found, like, we'll eat and we'll come back through security. Getting through the Indy airport is an absolute breeze. It's the best airport I've ever been to, like, by far. I mean, it's not even close. As far as the best airport I've been to. It's so easy to maneuver, so easy to get through security, all of it, because it's built in such a way that it can handle way more people than are actually in it. You know what I mean? It's just awesome. So anyway, we left, found some food, and I got like a huge bowl of food for like half the price of what I paid for a dang turkey sandwich on the other side of security, you know? And that was actually a good meal. Like, I felt good about it. It was super full of protein and everything. It was great. So it's like, yeah, I'm not doing that ever again. But interrailing cards in Europe are 10% off at the moment. I was looking at routes. Oh, are they really 10% off? That's pretty nice. That's what I got was True Colors Ultimate. So I have the entire series locked, loaded, ready to go. Dang. Okay. How much did that set you back, Crystal? Did anyone else in the event have trouble getting there? They did. They sure did. Yeah. So Lady Iron, I was talking with, there's a guy that I know from the Chicago area. He's a bit older than me, but he's a guy I super look up to. And so I was chatting with him for quite a bit at the event and everything. And I said, so did you have any trouble getting down here? And he's like, he said, no, actually, I was dumb and I drove. And I was like, well, it doesn't seem so dumb to me. You know, he made it there in plenty of time. And we run similar events. So he ran the 400 and he won his age group in that. I was like, no, that's smart. I mean, it ended up being really smart. So he said, but yeah, I've talked to a bunch of people. I talked to an official, and both of them said that they knew multiple people that had flown from wherever they are, either in Wisconsin, Chicago. Most of these people were from the Midwest. And they flew down to New York City, and it was too foggy for them to land. So they circled around the city waiting for the fog to clear. Just kept circling around, and it didn't clear. So they took them back to like Pennsylvania, or they took them to DC, and they stayed there for the night. And it's like, so they didn't get there till the next day. I'm like, I mean, everything in NYC was like shut down, at least at LaGuardia. I don't know about JFK. So yeah. Doing all right, better than your trip by the sound of it. Yeah. It was a struggle. It was really a struggle. It was just very frustrating. I didn't like the person I was during those like 2 days. You know, and it does. I mean, it wears on you. Like it's one of those things where you're supposed to go there and be, you know, you want to be mentally ready for competition, you know, being as competitive as you could. And I don't know. I mean, I didn't feel like I was ready to compete when I got there on Saturday, you know, or wait. No, we got there late Friday night. Got there at like 8 o'clock. I got to my hotel just as my second event was starting. Yeah, it was like 8:15. So it did. I mean, obviously, I wasn't going to be able to make that either. So I missed two out of my 3 events. I had no events on Saturday and then one event later on Sunday. So I did run in one event at least, but. If you came to DC, could have given me a call. We're 10 minutes from Reagan National. Oh, really? That's where I would have. I don't know if there are multiple airports in DC or not, but that's where when I had rebooked my flight after the first one got canceled, that's where I was going to have a layover. Was at Reagan, and then what ended up happening was I went up to the desk, and the delays had pushed me back so long. I was like, is there anything else? And she said that there's a flight at whatever time it was, like 3 o'clock or 2 o'clock, something like that. So rebooked back to a direct flight to LaGuardia because, and I told my mom this. I said, well, if we take the flight with the layover, I'm guaranteed to miss my event. But if we take the direct flight, and there aren't any delays, then I can make my event. But of course there were delays, and so I ended up missing it either way, but at least we had a direct flight, I guess. And we didn't have to pay for a taxi, you know, or a Lyft or Uber or something. So Charles and Luke's sleepover party. Travel is always super stressful to me, so I totally understand where you're coming from. Hopefully it ended up being a decent trip after all the initial nonsense. Yeah, and that's the thing. I didn't want to just sit here and tell you about my complaints, you know. I'll give you some more stories. Ooh. How did I do in the event? The event actually turned out pretty well. I don't remember what I was seeded. Seeded, for those that aren't familiar with that term, basically they rank, you know, like where I was ranked in the event. I want to say I was ranked like, there were 8 people entered, and I want to say I was ranked 6th. I believe I only had a time faster than 2 people in my age group. There are a lot more people total, but in my age group, 30 to 34, there were only 8 people entered, and I was only ahead of 2 people. But ended up getting 2nd overall. So I was pretty happy with that. I actually ran a pretty nice season best time. It was the 200 meter dash. So 1 lap on an indoor track. Ran a season best time, and it was actually my fastest ever indoor 200 in my life. So, but it is a bank track, so which is faster. I ran slightly slower on a 200 meter flat track when I was in college. But I only ran, I ran the 200 one time when I was in college once. I ran like a 23.5. I ran a 23.4 at this meet this past weekend. I ran a 23.5 in college on a flat 200 meter track. So if you converted it, if I ran that same exact race 23.5 on a bank track, I would have blown that time out of the water. But still, like, technically it's like, you know, still a lifetime best, so I'll take it. We could pillow fight, right? Doles is a bit further out. Okay, so there are 2 at least. But yeah, I would have flown into Reagan. The image of you going through all this and then running 200 meters and being done is tickling me. I'm sorry, I know it's super important meet, and it's sad that there were so many delays. Yeah, it was, like I said, I mean, I was supposed to run in the 400 and the 60. And yeah, that the 400 that's my main event. That's what I do, you know. But the 200, I was supposed to run a prelim and a final, but somebody didn't show up, so they only had enough for us to run the final. So it was kind of like another delay, really. I was supposed to run the prelim at like 12:15, you know, I think it was like 12:15. And so the guy, like one of the guys didn't show up, and so like, well, you're all in the final now. So it's like a bunch of people were just sitting there, and I've been to one other meet before. I've been to another nationals meet before, last year for outdoor. And a bunch of the guys were like, so what does that mean? And I was like, I mean, in my head, I'm like, well, it means we're not going to run until later on in the day. But I was like, I mean, I just asked the official, I was like, hey, can we hop on the track and at least do a run out, you know, do a couple of sprints, during, you know, cause the thing is, they don't change the schedule. Like, they don't roll all the events. So our event basically got canceled. Our prelim got canceled because in favor of a final. So they don't move everything up in the schedule. They keep that time slot so that everybody stays on the schedule that they were given. And so I was like, hey, let's go out there, you know, let's do a couple sprints, you know, a couple block starts, whatever, you know, because our event would have taken place during this time anyway. And the official was like, no, the event's going to move ahead. And I'm like, no, it's not. In the back of my head, I didn't say it to him. Like, no, it's not. So I just decided, I was like, well, I'm going to go ask that guy that's on the track. Terry, what the heck? How the heck are you, Terry? Cheers. Thank you so much for those 100 gold coins. How are you? I wish I would have got a limo, though. Did get some pizza, though, at some point, Nonder. I don't know if I read that one out loud or not. I'd pay to see that. Pay to see me and Charles pillow fighting. Out of breath walking 200? No, you're not. Would have been pissed at that time. Yeah. It was just another, like, one of those things, like, really, we can't get on the track. So anyway, I was like, well, I'm gonna go ask that guy that's standing on the track over there. So I go walk over there, and I'm just kind of looking around. I'm like, well, there's nobody's stopping me. So I'm like, well, I'll go ask that official. You know, I'll step up on the track and ask that official, hey, can I do a quick curve run? And before I could even get to the official, one of the guys in my age group just taps me on the shoulder. He's like, come on, bro, let's go. And he just takes off running. He hopped on the track and just took off running. He didn't wait for anybody. And I just was like, oh gosh, we're doing this. So I get up there and I just take off running too. And next thing I know, I turn around and like our whole heat, like everybody that was supposed to be in our prelim is on the track doing a run out. It was funny because the officials, they didn't realize, nobody had told them yet that we were not running our prelim. So they're like, all right, come on, everybody. You guys go ahead and get on heat one, get on the track, and everything. So they were waving us on and everything. But it was just so funny. They eventually found out that we weren't actually running a heat. And then, we had to step off the track after that. But we at least got to run. I'd never ran on a bank track before. It's a lot different than a flat track. And I was worried about that. So I got to run around the curve twice. And that was pretty much all I got. But it was better than nothing, It was better than nothing. So they can't stop us all, right? Trendsetter. Yeah, he was a good dude. He was a good dude. He's actually the guy that beat me. The only guy that beat me in the 200. So he's a good dude. Track people are in general are pretty chill. So it was cool talking to him, and I gave him a fist bump after. I was like, thanks for that, bro. I needed that little kick, there to get back on the track. So, but yeah. Hope everyone is okay. Doing all right, Terry. How about yourself? So tired at the moment. My fur noodle had her baby. Oh, really? I didn't know your ferret was going to have babies. Up 3 times a night with her still. Wow. Dang. Be honest, how hard is it to resist the urge to Naruto run the track? If I'm being totally honest, Nonder, it's not too difficult. Arms are pretty important for sprinting. I know that a lot of people, I don't know, maybe I'm just not skilled enough with my Naruto form, but yeah, I definitely have done it before, if I'm being honest, but it's not usually, it's kind of a secondary form for me, I would say. Agent, welcome back in. Hello. With me having almost 35 years of cerebral palsy, I can promise you would be out of breath. I would be out of breath walking 200. Fair enough, Crystal. I just, I think some people don't give themselves enough credit. That's all. Ferret in non-cutesy terms, she has 11 babies. Wow. Non-cutesy as in like non-fur noodle. 11 babies. Is that a common number? Or is that like a really big litter? Exhaust is one of my dogs both have kennel cough. Oh no. We're up all night spitting up. It was gross. How does that happen? I've heard of kennel cough. Like I've definitely heard of it, and I've had my dogs have been vaccinated before when they go to get boarded, but I've never actually seen what it does, I was just joking. You def have me beat there. Not that it's a contest, right? Not a contest, yeah. You would run 200? There you go, NCV. There you go. Fur noodle is an affectionate term for them in the community. Right, exactly. Funny enough, for those interested in the Naruto run and its applications, Asian Boss on YouTube interviewed The Last Ninja, an old guy who at least sincerely proves his prowess. He explains the usage and benefits. You can imagine with the tall rice fields, it really help. Huh. Interesting. They go to daycare, so they got it there. They're both vaxxed too. Dang. Sounds like they're hacking up a lung and they spit up foamy liquid all over our bed. No. Ugh. That's terrible. Any idea of like what kind of stuff do you have to do? I need to get my day started. Have a good stream, guys. Appreciate you, Terry. Thank you so much for stopping in. For the 100 gold coins, I'll give you another cheers here. Good to chat with you. Cheers. My 2-year-old Naruto runs, never having seen the show. Get that blood flowing and heart beating. Yes, definitely. But yeah, so all in all, my event went well. I was satisfied with the results. Of course, it's one of those things where when you have all of those extra, I don't want to use those excuses because quite frankly, the clock doesn't care about your excuses. You know what I mean? Like the race clock doesn't care about your excuses. What you did, like you didn't get enough rest. You didn't, You know, like you got sick. It doesn't care about any of that stuff. It's a time. You know what I mean? So I don't want to use those excuses, but I'm looking back on it. I was like, man, I'm so excited about that race. Like I felt good. You know, everything was nice. But of course, in the back of my head, I'm like, well, what would you have ran if you hadn't had all those delays? You know, it's like, ugh, I don't know. It might have been pretty fast. But I'm just gonna get to it and run faster in the outdoor season, you know? Just have to let it run its course. We did give them some cough meds recommended by the vet and some honey water, which actually helped. Oh, really? The honey water. Okay. That's good. I mean, that's good that there's at least something you can do. You know, to alleviate the symptoms. But truth is, pretty fast in high school, never officially timed, but the fact that I can walk and run after dealing with CP this long is something I consider an accomplishment. I would say so. That is a long time for sure. Yeah, I'd say hats off to you. Okay, so what are some of the positives? I don't remember if I told you guys this or not, but I was trying to purchase tickets for one of those like sightseeing bus tours, because we wanted Saturday to be something where I could kind of just kick up, you know, not kick up my feet, but not have to be on my feet all the time. Because, you know, the more you're on your feet, just you're gonna be a little fatigued. And I didn't want to be, you want to be like walking before a meet is a good thing, but you don't want to be doing it too much. I didn't want to overdo it, you know, but that was my free day from competition. And my mom and I have never been to New York City. So, we had made a short list of our like essential sites we wanted to see. And, but I wasn't able to buy those bus tickets for whatever reason. Like their website was not working. It just would not let me, it wouldn't let me purchase the tickets. So, I was sort of like, well, we could kind of look for something there or, you know, whatever. But ended up just deciding, you know, hey, I've got this app that tells me how to like which subways to get on and all this other stuff. So I'm like, what if we just try public transportation to get to all the places? And we did. So we used the public transportation system, you know, on our own using the app. It went really well. And it's cheap. I mean, we paid $33 dues for an unlimited Metro pass. And that's a 7-day pass. Of course, we were only there for 3 days with the delays, but you know, try to think like one cab ride would have been more than that, you know? So yeah, we took the subway, we took buses, you know, shuttles, that sort of thing. It was great. We actually, so the first day we went, so Saturday went up to the track, which is on the north side of like Upper Manhattan, Fort Washington area. So went from there. I had to pick up my packet, so I knew what I was doing for the race. And then from there, we went to Central Park, and did a quick like walk around Central Park. Obviously not around the entire thing because it's massive, but went to Bow Bridge in the middle of it. And then just kind of did a little walking around that area and then walked back out to the subway. We got some lunch down near Battery Park. Battery Park, of course, is the park closest to the Statue of Liberty. So we didn't ferry out to the Statue of Liberty, but we were able to see it from the island there. Well, we could see the island from Battery Park. We got some lunch, and then from there we went to the World Trade Center Memorial. And I got to say, that was super heavy. Like I really am not an emotional person. Like I was fighting back tears. Because it's one of those things like that was a lot of that stuff hit me at once. You know, a lot of people died in this exact spot. And that's just a very, very heavy feeling. And then like I could, you know, it's just sort of, you can feel the weight of the situation. You know what I mean? I was 10 years old when the September 11th terrorist attacks happened. And so that was sort of like a moment for me that like I couldn't fully grasp the situation, but like I understood how tragic it was. I didn't fully understand like all the implications, you know what I mean? But I was old enough to understand that like that's a lot of people that lost their lives, right? And also sort of, I mean, it's a turning point. It's an unfair turning point for a lot of people our age, that it's sort of like, well, here's the real world, you know what I mean? like prior to that point, there hadn't been any real tragedies that, you know, that were that publicized in my life. That was the first one that I was old enough for, and it was terrible, you know. So anyway, it was a really beautiful, like, it's very well done. I don't know how many of you have seen it or not, but it's very well done. The names of all the victims are forever around, you know, around the towers. And actually, somebody was saying there were some flowers, little flowers that were put into the names, because it's what it is. It's like the names are cut out of this metal plaque, basically, that goes all the way around. And so people put flowers in there. And somebody had said that the flowers meant that it was that person's birthday. And so we saw several flowers, saw little pictures of some people too, and it was, yeah. It was just a very heavy thing. I'm super glad I visited it, but it was like, again, I'm not an emotional person, but even I was fighting back tears there. And of course, there were a lot of people that were there that were just tears running down their face. You know, it's just a very heavy place to be. But I was glad that we went. But yeah, well done finding them affixed so quickly, milady. Do a lot of American cities have metro systems? I don't know if a lot, but some of them do, yeah. New York, actually, I'm pretty sure I read that it has the largest. I don't know if it was largest or maybe it just serves the most people. I don't know what it is, but I'm pretty sure New York City has like one of the most extensive like subway systems or public transportation systems in the world, which is surprising, because a lot of other places do things like public transportation just way better than us. But I think NYC was actually one of the best, like one of the most, I don't know what term was used, but it was in the world, which surprised me. So heavy and world changing, among the first of the world changing events we saw play out on TV. Yeah, we might need some therapy. I know. Well, I'll be honest, we do need some therapy, to be totally honest, but I appreciate it. A lot of people also in my shoes can't walk, so I don't take it for granted. That's good. That's good, Crystal, for sure. 15 metro systems in the US. I'd like to visit, given I was there just a week or two before it happened, since high school starts later in Canada. Had to get back home to start my freshman year of high school. You were there just before the September 11th attacks. Wow. Subway is biggest in US. 2.7 billion annual ridership. Wow. Wife wants to go to NYC and I'd love to take her for our 10-year anniversary. Good to know you can navigate easily. Yes, so if you go, reach out to me, Nader, if you go, okay? There's an app that I found that was, I think it's called My Transit NYC. I could not have navigated without it though, because I don't know, it was just super helpful. It tells you, it not only tells you like the routes to go, it'll give you a few different routes to go. It'll say this is the recommended one. And usually the recommended one, I think, is the one with the fewest amount of transfers between subways. But it can give you like the fastest one and some others if you want. But it also accounts for things like delays due to maintenance, which is obviously impossible otherwise. So it's pretty awesome. I'm using Android. But I want to say there was also an iPhone version. I want to say there was. So what you do is, I mean, you can download the maps like directly to your phone using that app. But then there's a directions tab, and what you can do is you can put in any address. You put in, like, I put in the hotel address, and then I put in the track facility address. Or, you know, you just search, you can search for it. And I think it uses Google Maps to like populate. So I searched from the hotel to the track, and it would tell you, okay, walk over here, hop on this subway that goes in this direction, and get off at this stop. And then from there, you're going to walk around this way and you'll get to your destination, that sort of thing. So it was super helpful. I actually joked to my mom, we were walking towards Times Square at one point, and there was a big tour guide, a big tour group, and I kind of looked at my mom, and this was on Sunday after we'd already spent our day like going around the city. I'm like, tour guide? Who needs one of those? So, chaotic. Hello, hello. Moved our clocks forward. Moved our clocks forward, indeed. But yes, how are you? Possibly it's called Transit. Mine is called, I don't know if I'll be able to show you because it uses a green emblem, but I can send you a screenshot. It's called My Transit. My Transit. I don't know. I will, yeah, like I said, if you DM me, Nonder, just remind me because I might forget. But if you DM me, I will send you as much info or everything that I did, if that'll help you out. So, but it's really not bad at all. It was not bad to navigate. It was a little intimidating, but once you figure out how to swipe your Metro card, because that's one thing, like, people don't tell you how to do that. Once you figure out how to swipe your Metro card, make it through all the gates and stuff. And then there are like some digital displays. That's super helpful. And it paired well. It paired perfectly with the app because I would be like, okay, we need to get on the A train that's going towards Euclid Avenue. And I'd look up and there's the digital display that said the A train going to Euclid Avenue is on this side of the platform. You know what I mean? And it was and it's going to be here in 3 minutes. You know, it's like, oh man, that's perfect. Because otherwise I go down there and I'm like, okay, am I going to Uptown? Am I going to Brooklyn? Am I going downtown? I don't know which part of the city I'm even going to. Also, I'm like, okay, where's Euclid Avenue? I have no idea. But my app said, get on the one going to Euclid Avenue, get off at this stop. You know what I mean? So it paired extremely well with everything. It's just very well. The interface is very old and kind of dated in the app, but it looks like one of those like when the iPhone first released, it kind of looks like in that sort of vein of styling and everything. But it works well. So functionality is what's important. Went on a school trip. Plan was 2 nights DC, 1 night Gettysburg, 5 nights NYC. We get hit by Hurricane Sandy on our day. Oh no. Remember Hurricane Sandy? On our day in Gettysburg, and it flooded our hotel in New York, so we had to sit and wait in Gettysburg. There is nothing there for 6 nights. All flights have been canceled. There was a chance our trip could have been extended, but no. Our flight was the first one back to the UK, which was allowed to go. Oh my gosh. Steph, that sounds terrible. If we're lucky, the clock changing thing will be done now. I know there's been so much talk of it. It can't just stay put, right, McDucky? There's been so much talk of it lately. We gotta, you know? Some people cried on the coach/flight seeing the NYC skyline from distance. Yeah. Like, we were supposed to go there. Oh, that sucks. Started an hour earlier for me until the 27th. So another 4 days. Gotcha. Okay, yeah. So then for you, it's just about to be what? 1 o'clock p.m.? I'm a mental health advocate and a mental health helper in the community I referred to earlier. If anyone here legitimately feels they need someone to talk to, I'm not officially trained, just want to offer a friendly ear. Whisper me here on Twitch and I will be happy to listen. Appreciate that, Crystal. I feel like I'm in the same boat. I'm definitely not official, but I'm always here to listen. Peachy, yes, I am back. Hello. I did have a fun trip. Eventually, it didn't start out very fun, but it became fun. So, wait, you reenacted the camping of the Civil War? Have Frankie tomorrow, Friday, and then overnight at my mom's Saturday. It was nice to have a few days break from her. How long of a break did you have? It seemed like you had her for forever. Would have been more fun than playing Chubby Bunnies with cheese balls all week. Normal start time. I didn't look at my phone, so I didn't see the notification until one. Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. 4 days. 4 days. Okay. That's an okay break. But you had her for like a week, right? And basically your 4 days coincided with my 4 days being gone. I think. But yeah, so let's see, what else? What other stuff did we do? So we saw, oh, right. So I was saying, so we started out in Central Park. We went down to Battery Park and saw the Statue of Liberty, had some lunch near Battery Park, and then we worked our way up to the 9/11 museum. We didn't actually go to the museum. We walked around the memorial, around the outside. And then from there, we saw like I don't remember the name of the first church we saw. Shut up, Whoop. I know, my alarm's going off. Jeez. Kind of just walked around and saw a few more sites there. We went to the Empire State Building. And then the super touristy stops. Went to the Empire State Building. And then from there, it was... Is that when we went to St. Patrick's Cathedral? I think so. St. Patrick's Cathedral. And then from there, we went back to the hotel and kind of just relaxed for the rest of the night. But it was great. We saw a lot of the super touristy places. St. Patrick's Cathedral was just so impressive. My goodness, so impressive. I've climbed on it as Miles Morales and Spider-Man, but I've never actually been to it myself. It is an impressive building. My goodness. So I'm not Catholic. You know, I had to see it. It just the pictures and everything. I was like, oh yeah, we need to stop there. So we did. And my mom was raised Catholic, so it was pretty impressive to her as well. And my Oma, she's like, oh my gosh, my mother would freak, you know, if she could see this place. St. Patrick's Cathedral. Let's see, 4 days, Monday to Friday. I thought it was Saturday. I thought it was last Saturday and I was having her, but it's not. It's this Saturday. Gotcha. Okay. It was perfect. Heard they're permanently closing the 9/11 Memorial Museum. Wait, really? Are you sure? It was definitely still up and running when I was there. Did get a huge leak in my bathroom on Wednesday, so got my bathroom ripped out and just got fixed yesterday. When you took the pipe out, it wasn't just a crack. It had like a 3-inch gash. What the heck? How? How'd that happen? I don't think you need to be Catholic or even religious to enjoy the architecture. No, not at all. And just the attention to detail. My goodness, there was so much stained glass in there. It was unreal. And all the carved like stone statues that were on the walls. My goodness. Yeah. Speaking of New York, has anyone watched Hawkeye on Disney Plus? I've not. Corrosion is what caused it. Wow. I read it like last week. They said attendance was down so much because of the pandemic, and the person they interviewed even said the museum was hanging by a thread as it was. Really? See, that's surprising to me. Like, that's not something I would expect to be profitable. You know what I mean? I mean, the whole thing is not profitable. I mean, they could have rebuilt the buildings and they decided, no, let's not rebuild the buildings. You know what I mean? Let's see. I wonder when that's going to happen. World Trade Center Museum closing. Oh, it's okay. It's not the main one. It's not the main one. There's a lesser museum. The 9/11 Tribute Museum is closing its doors permanently after running up too much debt. Too much debt during the pandemic. Okay. The museum is the smaller and far less known of the two museums built in honor of the victims of the September 11, 2001 terrorist attacks on the U.S. Okay. Sits not too far from its larger counterpart, the National September 11th Memorial Museum, better known next to memorial pools built on the footprints of the Twin Towers after they collapsed. So that's the one that I saw. I don't know which one. I need to see which one. I might have walked past it. There was a really cool looking building. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway. Also not Catholic, but love cathedrals. My favorite is Old St. Paul's in New Zealand. Took me ages to find it. Tiny little place full of stained glass hidden behind trees. So lovely. Was that one of the haunted places you went to, Steph? It's so good, like so good. Hawkeye is. Pouring like a waterfall through the bathroom in the flat below me, and now we know why. The gash was huge. Jeez. So, I mean, you obviously don't have to pay for any of that, right? I mean, that should be your landlord covering that. Thought it was the same one. Gotcha. Okay. Thought it was just one museum. Okay. I got you. No, you're good. You're good, Peachy. I was like, what? No way they would do that. That seems so messed up. But we know how much I dislike those people downstairs. Swear I didn't do it though. I'll believe it. Thousands wouldn't. So that was Saturday. That was Saturday. And then Sunday, got up, went to, I tried to get up early or earlier to go to the track before the meet, like before the first events would start. Because again, I had not ever run on a bank track before, and I wanted to get that feeling and kind of know what to expect. So I went there, and pretty much as soon as I got there, they were like, track is now closed for competition. And I was a little upset because like I had struggled to get my mom to move with any urgency that morning. And so she was apologetic, and she's like, I'm sorry. I just like, I couldn't, all this. I'm like, it's whatever. Like, it is what it is. Like, what am I going to do now? Like, am I just going to scream at my mom? Like that's not going to help anything. So frustrated, but it was like, well, whatever, hopefully I get some time to, do a run out before my event starts. But yeah, then most of it was all spent at the track on Sunday. In between when I was supposed to run my prelim and the final, I watched the Illinois basketball game, and that was depressing. They lost, so their season is done. And then yeah, my event was up, so I got to warm up, compete in the event, went to go get my award afterwards, just talking with some people. It was good. It's good to meet people. That's one of the coolest things about track is, people are generally pretty cool. So chatting with people, catching up with the guy that I did know. There were actually a couple guys that I had known. But yeah, one of the guys actually he's from Indiana and everything. He went to, University of Illinois. So he's just a beast. He's in his 50s, but he is just freaking fast still. So anyway, I really look up to him. So it was great to talk with him. Got a picture with him. I got one with him in outdoor too, so it was cool. I got 2 pictures with him now. But yeah, it was great to just chat. I was waiting to get my medal engraved. So that was cool. I can actually show you the medal. So here it is. Here's the medal. They make pretty big medals, so that's my second place medal there. And this one was cool because at the outdoor meet I did last year, they didn't offer any engraving, but this one, it was free. All you had to do is just, write down what you wanted to have on it, and then kind of just stand in line while you wait. And, they engraved it for free. So that was awesome. So yeah. After that happened, after that was over, I had seen, that morning, I got a targeted Facebook ad for the Stranger Things, the store. And so I was like, oh, that sounds cool. And I looked at where it was at, and I was like, oh, that's just off Times Square. We could get there pretty quickly. So I went ahead, and you had to make a reservation to go. It was free to make a reservation, free to view the store and everything. So we went to the Stranger Things store afterwards. And then we got New York style pizza and cheesecake afterwards before going to bed, trying to have an early night because our flight was supposed to take off at 7:45 in the morning. So we had to leave the hotel at 4:30 a.m. So, but yeah, it was good. Mr. Born Slippy, hello. Loots, how are ya? Innocent till proven guilty. It's rented off the city council. They fix it for free. Okay, gotcha. I figured like whoever owned the building, they need to be the one to fix it, not you. So when I went down to tell them to shut off their electronics when it was getting fixed, they didn't answer. So I whispered to the plumber, they're not nice. So if they get electrocuted, it's not my fault. I tried to warn them. But yeah, all in all, it was good. The Stranger Things store was really cool. The problem was it was the last day that it was in operation because it's just a little pop-up store. Is the last day it was in operation. So a lot of stuff was sold out that I liked. So I didn't end up getting anything there, but it was cool. It was really cool. So, what I plan to do is I plan to, share a little bit more in terms of pictures and videos and whatnot, with you all on the New York City trip. There will be kind of like I want to do like a full write-up about it, for Ko-fi. So that'll be on Ko-fi. But I don't want to just make it like subscriber only. So there'll be kind of like a little bit more less in-depth version that I'll also publish that'll be free. So yeah, so you have that to look forward to, which should be pretty cool. We're gonna party up in here. Let's freaking party. Let's go. From the window to the wall, to the wall.
till the meat spills out my hall. My hall.
Oh, these Vikings crawl.
Oh, ski, 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 ski. Oh, ski, ski.
Oh man. Oh man.
Oh, ski, 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 ski. Oh, ski, ski.
Oh man. Oh man. Just got in, so this was my recent trip, Mr. Bourne. So it was a trip to New York City. Why not? Chaotic says. That came out wrong. This was a recent trip. Yes. So yeah, I knew what you meant. But yeah, I just last week went to, well, this past weekend went to New York City. So first time ever going to the Big Apple. It was cool. It was really cool. But yeah, so I think that's the current news. That kind of catches you all up with my trip. And like I said, there'll be a Ko-fi write-up coming. Oh, look at that. Lootspot just put the link there. So if you haven't followed on Ko-fi yet, I would highly encourage you to do that. Following is free. So you can follow, and then I've been putting out more content on Ko-fi just because I want to get on a regular schedule for posting to Ko-fi. I've got kind of a backlog now of some things that I want to put on there. So I guess this is kind of a mini part of the announcement. Ko-fi content will be coming more regularly. So and not all of it is paid content. So I encourage you to follow it, because again, if you follow, you get alerts when I post things. And it just gives me a chance to kind of let you in, behind the curtain, if you will. So that's by you. You rarely go into NYC. I gotcha. How convenient, Loot Spot Goods. Katie, hello. How are you? I'm originally from Illinois, mister, but I currently live in Indiana. You're doing well and hope the trip went well despite the hurdles. It did. Definitely despite, in spite of the hurdles. Yes, it was a good one. So gonna head out now and get some sleep. Later, Loots. Talk soon. Sounds good, Crystal. Yes, get some rest, my friend. Thank you so much for stopping in today. Have you been enjoying doing content for Ko-fi? Been thinking about setting one up to share chapters of my fiction and non-fiction works every month. That's a good idea. I've been enjoying it. It is it's an easy platform to get started. It is good in terms of it's pretty user friendly. I feel like it looks nice. It's not nearly as well known as Patreon. So I don't know how discoverability works on Ko-fi. I don't know that it's any good at all. Maybe it is. I have no idea. But it's just nice. I feel like the hurdles to entry, if you will, are maybe a little lower on Ko-fi than they are Patreon. Patreon's kind of overwhelming. But it also doesn't have quite as many features. So, I mean, take that, if that's worth it to you, then maybe Patreon's a little better. But yeah, I've been enjoying it. Can't hurt to look into it at all, Curry. So I'd recommend it. All right, off work today. Woke up with no voice, bit of a headache, so no work for me today. Oh, dang. Okay. You feeling sick? Is it a sickness, no voice, or did you maybe did you lose your voice? Were you doing some yelling or anything? Apart from that, all good. Gotcha. That's good at least. I have a bit of a scratchy throat. I had a scratchy throat yesterday, and it kind of persisted through the day, and it's still here today. I don't really seem to have any other symptoms, though, of illness. So I'm hoping it's just kind of change in scenery, maybe some of the pollen and whatnot. But like an allergy kind of deal. I don't know. Can't even keep my YouTube videos consistent enough to set up something like that. Gotta work on that. Started losing it yesterday, and after I think some overexcited Rocket League with some friends, I think that did my voice in. Oh, dang, yeah. That can do it. That can do it. So, airline air. It could be the airline air, honestly. Yeah, it could. Although I wasn't on a plane for that long, but when I flew to China, that was a 17-hour flight, something like that. I don't remember having a scratchy throat. Maybe I did. Then again, I mean, in the days of COVID, it just makes everything, you're more hyper aware of all this stuff. So did a COVID test. It was negative. So that's good. That is good. Yes. Then I shallot as far as monetization pressure or anything. There isn't any. I more just want to gauge interest and will do the marketing on my own. Tired of sitting on completed work that's fully illustrated. Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing too about Ko-fi. I'm sure there's something in Patreon too, but I've not actually published anything on Patreon. I created an account, looked at all the features and everything, and I was sort of like, I think I'm gonna go with Ko-fi. But you know, you can put stuff out there for free. It doesn't have to. You don't have to put it behind a paywall. If you don't want to, you could put it behind. Some people do this where they put it behind a pay whatever you want paywall too. So you could ask for a donation. I don't know. People could do $0 donations. I think. Don't quote me on that part, but they can pay whatever they want. Like it could be a one-time thing too. If anybody's ever donated to your Ko-fi page, then they have access to everything you do. You know what I mean? It's kind of cool. You've got some flexibility, and I like that a lot. So. For me, though, as I mentioned in my previous announcement, I had a bunch of ideas of things I wanted to put on Ko-fi, but because of all the other stuff kind of piling up in my backlog, I never got to it. So, the Ko-fi, what's going to happen with Ko-fi is there's going to be a more regular schedule. So, I guess that's part of the mini announcement is I'm going to commit myself to doing 2 posts a week on Ko-fi. And there will be varying levels of membership and whatnot, but it should be 2 member posts per month. And then anything I post extra will just kind of be additional. And again, most of what that is going to be stuff that sort of like lets you behind the curtain and see loots the human as opposed to just only loots the streamer. You know what I mean? So it's definitely not necessary to enjoy the guild to the fullest. You know, it's just an extra for people that want it. So that's, I guess, a part of the mini announcement. The other part is, I mean, as I talked about in my announcement before I left for New York, and that was like, when was that? Like, it was well before I left for New York. It was like early March. I don't remember which. Oh gosh, I clicked the wrong button. Yeah, this one here. March 3rd. It's not really that important when the date was, but I've had some ideas of where I want the channel to go. I've had them in my head for a long time. It's just the fact that I kind of allowed myself to get caught up in the, it's not really a rat race. I don't know what I want to call it, but I kept having issues with, just feeling like I felt like I was letting people down, you know, is basically what it came to it. Let's see. This was on March 6th. March 6th was when I made the announcement. So I kind of just laid it all out there. If you're interested in that and you haven't seen it, it's on both the Ko-fi, my Ko-fi page, as well as on Discord. Came out on March 6th. So if you want to read all of that, I'm not going to rehash it, but basically, I know that there are things I want to do with the channel, and I haven't really done everything I can to work towards those goals. So I'm kind of just trying to refocus, trying to push like a little soft reset button. I've had these ideas, but you got to actually do them. You know what I mean? I've been wanting things to kind of just come to me, but the problem is like you have to actually chase those things. You know what I mean? And I haven't really done that because I allowed so many other things to pile up and sort of just kind of overwhelmed me, and I kind of shut down a little bit, you know. So I just continued doing what I could because you know, I guess kind of what is the bare minimum for me, which is pressing go live, you know. And I was feeling kind of crappy about that. So thanks for some additional options I had set up in mind, since I can order physical copies of my book via Kindle, direct publishing too. Just need to account for shipping. Gotcha. Okay. For sure. Anytime, Curry. Seriously, you can reach out anytime if you ever have any questions about it. So what I was saying is like when I talked about the direction of the channel in that announcement and like where I wanted things to go. Here's what I had in mind, okay? And I'm trying to share as much as I can without speaking out of turn, because there are some things I'm still trying to figure out. And I don't want to tell you one thing and then I go to like research more about that and then realize, oh, that's not possible, or oh, that's not going to work for me, or whatever it is. So I just want to like I want to give you as much info as I can, but also understand that this is very much a work in progress for me. Okay. And things are subject to change. And I didn't write anything down. You know what I mean? Like, I've had these thoughts swimming in my head, but this is just from me to you. Okay. Didn't write anything down here. So kind of just going to give it to you as is, but totally relate to that post a lot. There's so much I want and need to do, and I'm just trying to get myself to do it. And I figured, and that's why I shared it, honestly, Nader, is I know that other people can relate. And that's one thing I love about the guild is even if people can't relate, they're generally pretty respectful and understanding. You know, we just have some compassionate people, you know, which is something I'm super grateful for. So yeah. Loots, no notes, magoots. No notes though, for real. So yeah, here it is. Did I miss the announcement? I had to take my truck down for a safety. No, you're in perfect timing, Coleman. Perfect timing. The first thing I wanted to say is Ko-fi content will be coming back with much more regularity. I'm trying to commit myself. I don't know the days yet, but I want to commit myself to doing two member-only posts per week, okay? And then anything else that I post will be kind of just additional above and beyond, and those will be free, you know? But 2 member-only posts per week. Some of the things you can expect to see for free, anything, basically things that are related to the channel when people are wanting to know more about the channel, you know? Some people want to know about the history. So I had a write-up about the history of the channel. So I made that free. People want to know what games I've played in the past. So I made basically a directory of the games that we've streamed here on the channel. So things like that. Those will always be free. Okay. Because I want people to be able to, easily like put themselves in the guild, you know? So those types of things will always be free. All right. The only things that will ever be paid content is just things that are more personal to me. If you want to get to know me as a human being as opposed to just a streamer, then that's kind of what'll be behind the paywall. But there's absolutely no pressure. There's no like inside jokes you're going to be missing or anything like that if you don't subscribe on Ko-fi. I don't want anybody to feel obligated to support me financially in any way. I want people to do it if they want to know more about me or they want to just support the channel because they just feel like they want to do it, you know? So that's what it is. I'm recommitting myself to doing more Ko-fi work because that's something that I wanted to do, and I've got plenty of ideas for it. I just hadn't done it because I was letting all the other stuff pile up. So that's the first part. That's the only part you missed, Coleman. So as for the rest of it, so I've been feeling like my content has sort of been, I am a variety streamer, right? But I'm not a true variety streamer. Variety streamers, when I think of variety, I think of people that play a different game almost every day, right? For me, I'm sort of a sequential variety streamer where I start a game and I play it until I finish it, unless it sucks or something like that, you know, like, or I'm just not vibing with it, you know, like Outlast 2, for instance. Started playing Outlast 2, didn't enjoy it, so stop playing it, right? But for the most part, I play a game, I start playing a game, and I finish it, and then I move on to the next game, okay? But I don't play any games all the time on stream, right? There's no game that I play where you can be like, oh, Lutz, he's a X game streamer, right? Like X game something different. You know what I mean? Like he's a blank streamer, right? Like he's a this game streamer. I'm not that type of streamer, right? But I'm still, even though I've been playing games and playing them pretty much to completion, I still feel like I'm a little bit all over the place, and I don't feel like I've had that direction that I want to have. And so in an effort to try and get there, I think will help with all facets of my content creation, is I want to start looking for partners. Okay. I want to start looking for smaller studios that are looking for somebody like me, that they feel like I'm a good marketable person for them, where maybe they give me a game key and I play that game on stream. And I don't know what the partnership looks like. I have no idea. Just be honest with you. I don't know. But I want to start working towards that. And I want to be clear on this too. Like there have been partnership opportunities for me, but I don't want anything that I don't believe in. Okay. I've been reached out in those general mails, and they're like, and they're like, hey, you know, if you play this game and you get X number of your followers to buy an in-game purchase or whatever, we'll give you X dollars. And I'm like, no, I don't, like, that's stupid. I don't freaking care about that because I don't care about your game. You know what I mean? Like, I want to only do that with games that I truly believe in, devs that I truly believe in, things like that. So, so that's like my commitment. If this thing does work for me, it will not ever, I will not ever try to sell out the guild in order to try to like become a partner with some sort of other company. You know what I mean? So that's going to be the first and foremost. Like, things will be very much done on my own terms, and if they won't be, I won't partner with them. You know, it's just kind of how it is. No one knows. Welcome back in. NYC was great. Once we got there, it was great. And my mom did enjoy it. Yes. Working on a supplementary project. Sorry, I missed that note there, Curry. Working on a supplementary project, so I'll reach out later in the year. Having a set amount of content done prior to opening it up is my aim. That's a good idea. Go to Keymailer, get game keys from there. Actually missed a deadline in one because I was babysitting Frank. It was very short notice when I had to help Kirsty. Yeah, so and I'll say this without knowing exactly what Keymailer is, Chaotic. I don't know if it's so much like if that's what I want to do. I want to work directly, directly with the devs. So I'm talking like 1, maybe 2 partnerships, like maybe. I don't want to be like somebody that's just like, okay, I'll take a key. I'll take a key from you. I'll take a key from you. Right. Like I said, I want it to be very, very, very curated to the things that I believe in and the types of things that I want to do. And I want it all to be not entire. Obviously, you have to make some, you know, in a partnership, you have to do things to help each other out. Right. So like I very much want to be, I want things to be done on my terms as opposed to just saying, okay, here's what it takes to become a partner with us. Here's what you got to do. I want to be like, well, okay, here's what I would like in return, right? So I want it to be a mutual partnership. So you don't work directly, but it's a nice way to get keys. Most of my library is keys I requested. I just don't take any key I request games I want to play. Fair enough. Also, Lutz, don't sell yourself that short. They should pay you up front for your time, not on the back end only. It goes for all streamers. Your time is worth money, and your viewers should expect you to keep your integrity. Yeah. And that's the thing. That's what I want people to know. There's a few things I want. Like, it's kind of a tough topic to talk about sometimes. Like, I want you guys to know that like the only things that I will be doing, like I'm not. I mean, you guys all know this by now. If I were doing this as like if I was trying to do this as my full-time thing, I would not be doing very well, right? Like this is very much a passion project for me, like streaming and everything. If it grows into something bigger, then that's awesome. But that's not what I'm going for. I'm not going for somebody who's going to be able to make this their full-time income, right? Like I'm doing this as a passion project. And, but that said, like for me, the type of worker that I am, I'm somebody that I feel like I always want to be improving in whatever I'm doing. Whatever I'm doing, like, I consider myself a grinder, okay? Like I realize context, right? But like everything that I do, all the things that I put my time into, I want to feel like I'm progressing in those things. And even though streaming is a passion project, it's the same thing. I mean, it's just kind of how it's just my personality, you know? Not everybody's like that, and that's okay. But that's my personality. Moe, how the heck are you though? For me though, I always want to feel like I'm moving forward. And if I don't feel like I'm moving forward, I sort of lose my focus. I lose my passion for it, whatever it is. I sort of just, it doesn't feel like it's something that I want to continue doing. So for me, for streaming, like for me to move forward, it's to continue to grow the community, continue to, you know, basically I want to continue to build. I mean, building the community is really what it comes down to. You know what I mean? Very nice. I don't know what I'm going to read right now. I'm not reading anything, but very nice though. So yeah, it's just finding somebody that I believe in, somebody that believes in me. I've got a list of some potential people to reach out to that I've kind of done very brief research on, but that's kind of what's going to happen the rest of this week. And really, I want to give myself plenty of time. I want to give myself multiple months to do this. But I want to do it by the summer, you know. I want to hopefully find somebody to partner with by the summer. and just see if we can help each other out. Because to me, that's sort of the next logical step in growing in my streaming journey, if you will. So the caveats that I want to say and the things I want to assure everybody of, okay, again, number one, I've already said this, but to reiterate, like I refuse to sell out. I've already had people approach, they said, excuse me, get a little sip here. Doing more talking than usual. My throat's a little scratchy. So I've already been approached by like those companies that are a little sketchy, you know. And they basically just say, hey, if you play this game on stream, get X number of your followers to download it or pay for it or whatever, then we'll give you money. And I'm like, okay, but those games are trash. Like, I'm not going to do that. So I'm not going to sell out. Okay. I promise you that I'm not going to sell out. I'm not going to partner with somebody unless I truly believe in what they're doing. And quite frankly, unless they believe in me, like, it won't work, you know? So I'm going to look at that. Okay. The other thing too is that, I've made this clear, I think, from the beginning. And I just want to I want to reiterate it again. Okay. It's always been my goal to grow the guild. Okay. It's always been my goal to continue to increase our numbers, and just try to continue to meet awesome people. You know what I mean? Yeah. No Raid Shadow Legends. No, none of that. One of the problems with like Raid Shadow Legends type thing is that it's more of a stepping stool to open yourself to other sponsor opportunities. So I totally get where you're coming from. It's sort of like gaining reputation within that sponsor world. Yeah. And I understand that, but I think that I don't want to diss anybody that's done that. Okay. Like if you've made that decision, that's totally fine. Like I promise you, I don't feel like you're a crappy human being. Okay. But for me, I want to like, I want to skip that step. You know what I mean? Like, I want to say, I want to choose who I want to partner with. And if I can't, then I don't want to do it at all. You know what I mean? If I can't make a choice, like if they say, okay, we'd like to partner with somebody like you, but you don't have any sponsorship, like you don't have any sponsee experience, I would say, well, you know, you could give me that experience. And if they don't want to, then I'm out, you know? And that's fine. Like I'm okay with that. So people that have done that to get their foot in the door, I don't mean to diss people like that. And I hope that's clear as well. But I just don't believe in that. Like, I don't believe in Raid Shadow Legends. You know what I mean? I don't believe it's a good game. And so I don't see the point in me trying to market that game to you guys. Like I wouldn't be enjoying playing it. And so like, why should I try to get you guys to buy it? You know what I mean? Like I want to be able to, if I'm playing a game and it's somebody for whatever reason that wants me to like actively sell copies of that game, which I'm like, I would immediately push back on that. I'd be like, okay, well, I'm like, I'll talk it up if I like it, but I'm not going to try to sell a game if it's crappy, you know? But I think most of that comes just sort of naturally, you know? A lot of the games we've played that you guys like maybe I've started playing, but you guys have picked up. I wasn't trying to sell the game. I mean, it's just a matter of the game being good. And you're like, wow, look how much fun he's having playing this game. I should play that too. Like, it doesn't have anything to do with me being like pounding the table. You guys need to buy this game right now, you know, like, and it doesn't have anything to do with it. So haven't completely taken off the table. I would want to do it in an original and fun way. And that's again, more power to you, Nonder. I don't mean to say that that anybody that does that is stupid or lazy or anything like that. Like I don't want to do it. I just feel like yeah, I've got, like, I will not be motivated enough to do it. You know what I mean? I myself will not motivate. It will not motivate me enough to get up in the morning to stream to you guys. You know what I mean? That's all it is. So legit, maybe you want to do another playthrough Detroit. That's good to hear, Peachy. Like, oh, let me play through Detroit again so I can fix all the mistakes this dummy made. You know? Starting to feel sick with this headache, so think I got to get off the PC. Well, hopefully the headache resolves. See you Monday. Sounds good, Chaotic. Take care, okay? And get some rest. As much rest as you can, including when you've got baby Frankie, you know. Take advantage of those nap times, all right? Yeah, like, who gets Luther killed? And Curry wants a party? Let's freaking party it up.
From the window to the wall, to the wall, till the meat spills out my hall, my hall. Oh, these black inks crawl, crawl.
Oh, ski, 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 ski. Oh, ski, ski.
Oh man. Oh man.
Oh, ski, 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 ski. Oh, ski, ski.
Oh man. Oh man. We'll party to see you out, Chaotic. Hate feeling like I'm gonna empty my stomach with a headache. Yeah, that's not good. Not good. Get some drinks, get some sleeps, and by drinks I mean water. Okay, just so we're clear. Okay, so the other caveat, or I guess assurance I want to give you all is this too. Okay. Like I said, from the beginning, I've never had an issue. Like I've never hidden from you the fact that like I want this community to continue growing. Okay, it's never like I don't think anybody. Well, put it this way: nobody should be like, oh my gosh, Lutz is trying to grow the community. You know what I mean? Like nobody should be doing that. Because I've always that's always been sort of one of my missions as I've shared with you. Okay, but I do want to say this just because it's worth reiterating. That like just because I want to grow the community doesn't mean that the community that I have is not good enough for me, or it's not enough. Okay. Because it is. All right. Like I want people to know that like just because I'm trying to grow the community does not mean that like none of you are enough. And I know that 99.9% of you know that, but I still think it's worth me actually verbalizing it. Okay. So I just want you to know, like it means a lot to me. It means a lot, and it makes my day when you guys stop in and say hello, when you chat, and even honestly, I don't look at my list on who's on stream much, but every now and then, you know, when I go to close out my programs, it shows me like people that were in the stream lurking. So like I know there are people that are lurking too, and that means a lot to me, you guys. Like it really does, and I want you to know that. So. It has nothing to do with that. I just want to continue to feel like I'm moving forward in the streaming journey. That's what I have to do. Like, that's just sort of my personality, you know? If I'm not moving forward, I feel like I'm stuck. And I've been feeling like I'm stuck. It has nothing to do with the guild. It's been 100% on me lately. So it's just me trying to refocus and re-energize and do the things that I've been wanting to do for a long time. Just haven't done them yet, you know? So I'm going to refocus. I'm just reprioritizing things is all, and working towards that. So that's kind of the mini announcement I had, is that Ko-fi content will be coming more regularly. I'm looking actively for partnerships that I truly believe in. And that's going to take some time because, I mean, if I wanted to, I'd get a partnership here in the next 15 minutes, right? Like that wouldn't be that difficult, but I'm actively looking for partnerships, and I'm going to be marketing myself, but only to places that I believe in. And if the terms aren't right, I'm out, you know, I'm out. So, but that's what I'm looking for, and hopefully going to be starting something like that this summer. In the meantime, we got to do something else, right? While we're kind of hanging out. So I do want to say this. I'm still figuring things out for what we're going to do in the meantime. Like I said, I feel like my content has kind of bounced around. I don't know if I've had that identity necessarily that I felt like I had, you know, a little while ago. So I'm just kind of looking for that again until I can find that. The games that I want to play are games that have so much personality, so much care put into them. I think about the games that we've had the most fun playing, or the games that, you know, have actually even grown the community the most. Subnautica, Stardew Valley, Valheim. All three of those are indie games, games that were put together by small studios that have so much care and attention to detail. They listen to their player base, and they're just, you know, they're just really cool devs. So that's kind of what I'm looking at doing, is I want to refocus with games like that, that, you know, that we can partner with too. So that's what I'm looking at. But again, I don't know exactly what that looks like in the meantime, prior to finding a partnership. Raft, that's another good one, Mister, for sure. So. I tell you, Lutz is probably my fave streamer because the spirit of doing it is so strongly within him. That could be taken the wrong way, but I take that in such a kind way, Curry. Thank you so much. Seriously, Curry. And Curry, you know, for those of you guys who don't know, Curry's got that. It's not a mistake that Curry has a founder's badge, all right? Curry's been around for a while. Hello? Yeah. Okay. Did you just say, all right, I have to think about it, or? Good. Congrats. Yay, party time for Mrs. Magoots. Party time. I'll fill you in just a second, but for now, party.
From the window to the wall, to the wall, till the meat spills out my hall, my hall. Oh, these black inks crawl, crawl.
Oh, ski, 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 ski. Oh, ski, ski.
Oh man. Oh man.
Oh, ski, 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 ski. Oh, ski, ski.
Oh man. Oh man. All right, I gotta so a little break, if you will, from what my announcement was. So we threw a party there for Mrs. Magoots because I think I told you guys Mrs. Magoots has been interviewing for a new job, and she's got some things to think about now because she was just offered the job. So yeah, big party time for Mrs. Magoots. She just came in here to tell me that. And we'll have some things to talk about, and you know, she's got to figure some things out. She actually has a couple different prospects, so now she's kind of, unfortunately, got to make a decision. But it's a good problem to have. So yeah, pretty cool, right? He's replacing us, y'all. No, Peachy, I'm not. What growth? I would never have thought. The force is strong with this one. Sometimes a lurk is necessary because when I get started talking to you all, I just can't stop. I know the feeling, Nonder, for sure. That's the wonderful thing about the guild. You all are too cool. Stop being so cool. Absolutely not. I find myself distracted from work too often when I'm in stream. I don't want to take anybody's like jobs away or anything, you know. So, chat responsibly, my friends. Chat responsibly. Been getting on an indie kick now too, right? Yeah, Raft was for sure a good example there, mister. Bundle for Ukraine Relief was super cool. I have like 1,000 games. Dang. That's unreal. Curry says, let's do this. Congrats, Mrs. Magoo's Superwoman. Is that the job? Wait, job is Superwoman? No, not Superwoman. Yeah. 2022 is a year of growth. Yes, I think so. I think so. If I get fired, then Lutz will just hire me as his editor, so I'll be fine. Yeah, I will. The pay is not good, but you've got it. You got it. You got it. Oh, goodness. Yeah, so, again, in the meantime, I don't have, that's why I was trying to not speak out of turn. I'm actively looking for things, but I don't have anything lined up in the meantime. I will say this, there are a few games that we have played. There are a few games that we played on stream that I've actually not finished, okay? And I'm kind of looking at doing one of those in the meantime, just because I'm a little bit of a completionist. If we're being honest, I'm a little bit of a completionist. And not finishing them has kind of bothered me a little bit. Way back when we started Fallout 1, and I never finished it. The Fallout 1, okay, if anybody's not played, so Fallout 3 was my entry to the series, but they're obviously a lot different once Bethesda purchased the Fallout franchise. Fallout 1 and 2 are top-down, like 3D, strategy games almost. So it's a lot different, and I wanted to finish that. So that's something I'm looking at. Obviously, we still have God of War, which has been tremendous, a tremendous experience so far. I don't want to leave that on the back burner either. I never did finish Cyberpunk. And again, that had nothing to do with the gameplay or anything else. That was just people kind of convinced me to let bugs get ironed out. You can only experience a first playthrough once. So, the best experience possible. If you wait on it, you might have a better first playthrough. So I kind of like listen to that. So there are a few games out there that I'm looking at that we started playing but didn't actually finish. So I'm not really going to have time for that today to get back into another game, but But that's kind of what, at least what I'm looking at. I'm looking at games that we haven't finished. Dream Daddy is another one we didn't finish. Dream Daddy, you know. So yeah, there's some games that I'm looking at for the meantime, but I don't know exactly what it looks like. So yeah, I hope that's okay. I know that's probably not the most satisfying answer if you're like, okay, well, what are you gonna do, Lutz? And my answer is like, I don't know. But I hope that's okay for now. So I love editing. I love to be doing that right now. Editing is pretty fun for sure. I could be like a secretary in the tavern instead of moving around numbers on spreadsheets. Fair enough. Fair enough. Around for early 2000s YouTube. It's that ingenuity I praised earlier. Also hope in April 1st I can do the Ko-fi sub I've been wanting to, as all the proceeds go to our guild master, and that's less money into Twitch. Appreciate that, Curry. I do. But again, it's seriously like I don't want anybody to feel like it's an obligation to me. Like I promise I'll be okay. I'll be okay with that. I don't want anybody to experience any financial hardship. I don't want anybody to do things out of obligation. I want people to do it just because they feel like they believe in me, my content, whatever it is. You know, but it's truly just because they want to. 100% out of want, not need or obligation, anything like that, okay? Forgot I Googled St. Patrick's Cathedral earlier and just clicked the tab. Does it feel like you're underneath a big white dress? Wait, what? Looks incredible, won't lie, that was my first thought. A big white dress. I am very confused now, Steph. You ever play older games from like PS3? I played a good amount of older games in the past, Agent. One of the first games I played when I got back into streaming after a year off was Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. That was a fantastic game. My goodness. Definitely an unfinished game. It's almost like releasing it in early access, but knowing that the game will never get a full release. It's kind of like that, but it was really good. I've played Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2. Played a good number of old games. Those would be considerably older than PS3. So it's as satisfying as it gets. We get more Loot's variety. Is that true? Is that really how you feel, True Kel? Older games from PS3 just made me feel real old, right? I know. Granted, they are older, so apparently so am I. I know what you mean, though. Yeah. What would be the oldest game I've played on stream? I mean, Fallout's pretty old. When did Fallout 1 release? October 10th, 1997. So that's in the 90s. Let's see. That's gotta be the oldest game, right? It's gotta be. I don't even know if I actually... Let's see. Did I wonder if I included that in my directory of games. All the games we've played. Let's see. Is Fallout? Yeah, Fallout's on there. Okay, so we'll just list the games that we have played on stream before. The very first game I played on stream is actually not on here because I didn't have an archive set up yet. So the first game that I have an archive for is Prey. The very first game I ever streamed, though, was Fallout 4. And then the second game, like, I did Fallout 4 and Far Cry 4 around the same time. But those were on my Xbox. I was using a Kinect camera. I never had an archive set up at that point. And then another game that was around that same time was Alan Wake. But I actually did have that. I did get that one in time. So the very first game ever, though, was Fallout 4. But anyway, Prey, Far Cry Primal, The Solus Project, Hitman 2016 version, LA Noire, The Witcher 2, Mafia 3, Fallout, Star Wars KOTOR 1, Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, one of my all-time faves. Probably my second favorite game of all time behind The Witcher 3 is Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. Outlast 1, which was not quite as bad as Outlast 2 in my opinion. Resident Evil Biohazard, Star Wars KOTOR 2, Mass Effect 1, Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, A Plague Tale Innocence, Observation, Ori and the Blind Forest, Ori and the Will of the Wisps, Tell Me Why, Kingdom Come Deliverance, also one of my all-time faves, Alan Wake, Spider-Man Miles Morales, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, Cyberpunk 2077, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, Subnautica, No Man's Sky, Hitman Blood Money, Subnautica Below Zero, Mass Effect Legendary Edition. Also only played the first one, but that was the Legendary Edition of that one. Resident Evil Village, Sea of Thieves, 12 Minutes, Humankind, Stardew Valley, Outlast 2, Graveyard Keeper, Amnesia: The Dark Descent, Outer Wilds, Valheim, Raft, Detroit Become Human, and God of War. So there you go. Those are all the games that we've streamed, minus the first couple, which were Far Cry 4 and Fallout 4. Would love to see you play like the Infamous games. I've never played any of the Infamous games. Michelle, how are you? RE Village was amazing. It was, yes. I super enjoyed it. I had an absolute blast. That was actually a game I played for Freaky Fridays, is what we called it. I only played on Fridays. It was so hard to contain that game to just Fridays because it's like, dang, I played this today and, you know, at the end of stream, I'm like, I don't get to play this game for another week. It was so difficult. So Infamous would be fun to watch you play. Infamous. When I think of these, I think of like, oh, what's the game I'm thinking of here? What was it called? It's probably better. Was there a game called, gosh dang, I'm drawing a blank on it. There's like you're in a city and there's like a virus going around and it's infecting a bunch of people. But it's like a free roam game. Gosh, I'm drawing a blank on it. I actually, did I pre-order that game and it was terrible? It wasn't called Biohazard, was it? What was it called? I'm sure somebody here knows what it is. But I'm doing a terrible job of explaining it. It came out around, I want to say 2007, 2008. Never played an RE game, but I watched a YouTube video of gameplay. Oh goodness. So I've only played two full playthroughs of any Resident Evil game. I did Biohazard and Village, and Village was amazing. Much better than Biohazard. I enjoyed Biohazard because it was my first Resident Evil game. I played a little bit of 5, but it was my friend's game and we didn't actually finish it. So, hey Lutz, just curious, do you have a mentor for the guild? Who do you look up to or inspires you? Ooh, good question. Do you like for the guild, or you just mean for me as a person? Are you talking about streaming? Yeah, Prototype. That's exactly what it is. Prototype. I knew I would remember it as soon as somebody mentioned it. Good on you, Agent. Prototype. Is it at all like, is Prototype, or I guess is Infamous at all like Prototype? Let's see. Prototype 2 is on Steam. Okay, both games. Okay, so it came out in 2009. It looks like a little bit later than I thought. I saw the trailers for this game and everything. I was like, oh my gosh, that's going to be amazing. And then I played it and I was like, didn't like it. Did not enjoy it. Oh, that was weird. There it is. Okay. It looks like all reviews are mostly positive for these games. So it's got a 79% positive rating on Prototype 1, and then Prototype 2 is 71%. That's interesting. So, AMA with Lutz Magoots. So, yeah, similar but much better. Okay. Infamous is better than Prototype. Yes, you want to grow because that's part of the fabric that makes you who you are. I get that. I was wondering if there's someone you were looking up to or helping you. Okay. So, the streamer that I most want to emulate, just in terms of who I am, not in terms of a follower count or anything like that, because I could never hope to be like that. But one streamer that I want to try to emulate more than anybody is Co Carnage. That's the type of stream environment that I want to provide. Just a cool, chill place with cool, chill people. You know what I mean? I hesitate to say like chill streams because I think that has a connotation of like, you know, I want people to be entertained when they come in here. You know what I mean? I don't want it to just be like me playing games and you guys watching, you know what I mean? And occasionally I might say something. So I kind of hesitate saying chill streams because I think it sometimes has that connotation, which isn't fair, but that's kind of how it is. But I'm very much like, when I say chill, or at least what I would wish chill stream meant, is a person being themselves. You know what I mean? As opposed to trying to be a character, right? Like Dr. Disrespect or Jacksepticeye. Those guys are super, super entertaining. But for me, I can only handle so much of the act, you know? Like, I just want some genuineness, you know what I mean? And that's how I feel like Co-Carnage is. So that's somebody they look up to. Now Co-Carnage is not helping me. He has no, he would have no time to do something like that. And even if he did, he would have no, like, what would be the benefit to him? You know what I mean? Like, what could I offer him for that? So do I have like an actual mentor? I don't know. But I just look at, there are a couple people that I want to try to emulate, but he's number one on the list. So yeah, again, it's not so much that I'm looking to become Co-Carnage, because I will never be Co-Carnage. Just as much as I can emulate that sort of vibe, that's what I want to do. So, Professor, how the heck are you? Doing a just chatting stream? Indeed, yeah. Just got back from New York City, so I knew people would want to know how the trip went. I had a little mini announcement to share too, so I didn't want to try to play a game and know that like I would be basically paused the whole time anyway. So, just went ahead and went with just chatting. So no ASMR streams are planned for the future. In fact, they are not. Yeah. Blute starts licking a mic. I'm out of here. No, I won't be doing that. I'll blame it all for that. No mic licking needed. Yeah, I will not be doing that. So, one thing I did want to do, I don't know how much time I think I have enough time to do it. I fell behind, excuse me. I fell behind on, ooh, no, it's on here. It's on here. We should be good. I want to hear how everybody's week went, though. I know some people have shared, some people haven't, and you don't have to share if you don't want to. I don't want to force anybody. But I never did a December drawing for the December highlight reel. And here it is in March. So I'm gonna work on that. And I'll kind of do that just live here on stream. Yeah. Who starts sports commentating in a whisper voice? Oh gosh. No, thank you. He passes the ball. Goodness, he's gonna take a shot. Who wants to bet that he'll turn into a hot tub streamer? Okay, well, I've never denied that there will be some hot tub streams, all right? I've never denied that. It's just they'll be in-game, you know, in Valheim or, you know, whatever it is. So, need to start a pool for length of time before it happens. Thanks for that. I'm new to this platform, trying to find my way inward and outward. I watch a few streams and take notes about what I like and want to incorporate in my own. Fair enough, yeah. Don't say that. Iron will get too excited. I think I'd get excited. Woo, too hot for the hot tub. Oh, goodness. I mean, okay, so since we're on topic here, and hashtag advertisement, one of my upcoming Ko-fi posts will be a paid-only post, okay, just to throw that out there, because I do appear shirtless in it, all right? So if you've ever wondered what I look like without a shirt on, you can find out, all right? It's just, so you know, it's a very short part of the video, but that'll be the closest you ever get to a hot tub stream, my friends, all right? The closest you ever get. I have not wondered about this. Oh, goodness. All right, here's what we're going to try to do. I am going to try to... It's going to be kind of weird, but let's try to do this live here. Let me switch to this. All right. I'm going to move myself over yonder. Put myself kind of here on the edge, all right? For now. And let's put in a video. I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna do this live on stream. I have a little bit of time here, so we're gonna watch the December highlight reel together. And as I'm doing this, I'm gonna add names to the drawing machine. Where'd it go? Where'd you go? I thought I bookmarked it. Random name. Random name picker? Man, we'll go with that. Oh, there it is. It was bookmarked. I just didn't find it. I'll add names to the name list as they pop up on screen. Although I just realized I'm going to be kind of hiding those names, aren't I? Yeah, that's fun. Over here in the corners where I normally put them. So maybe I'll just be up here in the top left. Is that weird? No, like I would keep myself in the bottom right, but the problem is that's where I'm going to be in all these videos. So yeah. Oh ho ho ho, Curry says. Kind of like what he looks like here, only without a hoodie. True. Hadn't wondered about it until now. Gosh. Loot's pulling in the big bucks now. Right, next up, OnlyFans. December highlight reel. We're going to do the December highlight reel. So I'll put names in the drawing machine in real time here. I got to pick a name. Just post shirtless pics with his big butt tankard. Check it out, everybody. Shirtless. Woo. No, it's in the balcony seats. Yes, of course. Of course. All right, here we go. Let's do, I got to add this here. Oh my goodness. We just got a Ko-fi sub from Brendan Moon, who I definitely don't know who that is. Wink. Thank you so much for that, my friend. My goodness. Can we get a cheers up in the chat? If they want to dox themselves, I'll allow them to, but I will not dox them. All right. So cheers. Who is that guy? I have no idea. Woo. That one went down the wrong pipe. I wonder, Octi, how the heck are you? How was your week, Octi? Goodness me. Def can be someone that kept forgetting to resub after the whole 2 membership kerfuffle. Well, okay, but that was just messed up. Whoever that happened to, I don't know who it was, but whoever that happened to, that was Kofi being a turd, all right? That was nobody else's fault other than Kofi. All right. Okay, let me add this here. Gosh. And it'll probably show up too small at first. Okay, screw it. Santa's got to make his escape, baby. Santa's just he's got to run for it. Excuse me, Santa coming through. All right, we'll get these clips in as they come in. I'm going to turn the volume down a little bit. No, stop it. Santa's definitely forgot Kofi had sub alerts. Oh, let's go. I don't know if it works for... Let's go. Ho, ho, freaking ho. I don't know if you can turn off sub alerts or not. All right, so we got True Kelp. Yeah, freaking die. Let's go. Oh, yes. Let's freaking go. So dead. Look at it. Look at it. Just look at it. It's so freaking dead right now. W sub. Dead. Kids are gonna make fun of me at Hogwarts. All right, we're here. We're here. Weird. Here we go. Oh, this is on my old camera too. Ron Weasley Christmas sweater. Would you like some tea, Mr. Loot? Maybe. Depends. Actually, no, I don't really drink the garbage water. I do drink coffee, though. I like coffee. Whoa. Yeah, garbage water. Yeah, I like it. It's from Ted Lasso, all right, everybody? Oh my gosh, Chaotic is a cheater. True Judgment, thank you so much. Just how you doing today? And I came in dead last. Yeah, Chaotic, this is rigged. She's like, yo, I'll show you what happens when you badmouth indeed, coffee. I'll show you what happens. Santa Claus is coming. This is Koro. Big fat man with the long white beard. It's the face cam. Elgato face cam is what I upgraded to. I went from the C920 to the face cam. I was gonna see about the bird's nest. Oh, spooky. Giant clam. Okay, that came out wrong. Die Hard. Here we go, my friends. Some say this is the best. The sing-along was so good. Oh gosh. When I should have was really confused which was a real you. Yeah, this one's me. Hi. Never watched Cathedral. I've never seen Die Hard. Grandma got run over by a reindeer. You have that one too? That's what I thought, Nandra. I thought you had that Christmas Eve. Ultimate Christmas present. Never seen Ted Lasso, binge both seasons. Yes. So that right there is our list, my friends. Pitchfork lowers. I have seen Die Hard now, everybody. I've seen it since then, since the rankings. Was on our Christmas ranking list yesterday. We got Harry and Marv are the 2 targets. But I hadn't before then. You can say there's no such thing as Santa. Spooky again. Whoa, did you hear that? What? Oh! Santa, no! Oh, we were so close. It was him.
But as for me and Grandpa, we believe.
Guess you're the only one who hasn't seen it.
Santa Claus is coming
It's worth
to
a watch for sure.
town.
Super enjoyed it.
Santa Claus is coming to town. Santa
Please let me know how your
Claus
lights are
is
set up because everyone else
coming to
camera
town.
always seems better than mine. Yeah, I
Yeah.
can do that any minute now.
Somebody waits for you. Kiss her.
Just reviewing old
once
clips.
for
So
me.
we're
So here you go.
I'm adding the clips that people made to a list so I can do a drawing for a Steam gift card.
I'm not trying to brag, but
So we're kind of doing it in real time here.
It is a legit Karen Scott. It's a sweater with little sweaters.
You to win on
it.
strike, Curry. Is he here? Okay.
Oh, he's here. We got to take this dude down.
Singing Christmas
We gotta
carols
take
while
him
playing
down. Do I have
Hitman,
a
sort
break?
of. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
That's more or less
Feliz
what it was.
Navidad.
Can't stay for long, but I hope you're doing great.
Navidad.
Have an
Does it
amazing
matter?
stream.
Can I
Hey,
just take him
Mac.
down
How you
like
doing?
this?
Oh, this one's for Nonder.
We just bricked Santa. Get freaking bricked Santa. Feliz Navidad.
Get freaking bricked,
Prospero
Santa.
año y felicidad.
You did miss the
Oh,
mini
he's carrying
announcement
an
judgment, but
axe?
it's all good. I'm
I
gonna
wanna
summarize.
wish you a Merry
I'm gonna summarize some
Christmas
stuff and put it in the
holiday
Discord and
fire
everything.
Poker? Oh my gosh.
I want to wish you a Merry Christmas.
Certain movies, old movies,
We're
not this
Santa,
new
though.
gen stuff.
We're
I think they're
freaking
culturally
Santa. Let's
culturally
go.
are important to
I
watch.
wanna wish you a Merry Christmas.
Get
from
freaking
the
bricked.
bottom
Love that one.
of my heart.
Let's see.
We
hang
just
on. Which
brick
one is
Santa
which?
needs to be on a
Harry is
t-shirt.
Poison, Marv is Ninja Star. Man, look at that stream. That is not healthy. Santa gonna kick that guy into the water. Oh gosh. Okay. Yeah. I guess I
Doing
have to
great,
do
doing
that
well,
too.
Mac.
Add that
Yeah,
to the
I'm
list.
doing much better
All right,
now.
if
Now
you
that I'm
don't know the
home,
words,
well
sing
rested
along
again.
Anyway, my friends, because they're gonna be on the screen
Much
for
better.
you.
Steph, it's
But I just freaking love it
exclamation
so much.
following
I just love it.
ing.
It's that time.
Over a year and a month.
Christmas time is
There it
here.
is.
All right,
Aw.
this is gonna be a little bit dicey here. All right, they're dead.
1 year, 1 month, 1 week. Oh
Everybody
man, right around the
knows
same
there's
time.
not
Although
a
Coleman,
better
I think,
time of year.
unfollowed and
crap.
refollowed. It's somewhere in there.
This is gonna get me caught, isn't it? You guys wanted me to push somebody off.
Twitch
the
is weird
balcony.
with the
Oh,
followings.
gosh, dang it, I forgot about that. All right, here we go, my friends. Take note. All right.
I'm still mad that I accidentally unfollowed that one time. It's probably like, who is this weird guy? Lutz Magoots? I don't know anybody by that name.
Santa's sleigh, baby. Santa's sleigh.
Hear that sleigh. Santa's on his way.
1 year, 1 day,
Hooray
17.
for
It goes down to the
Christmas
minutes.
vacation.
You ready for this? Do we get to see you
There
strip?
you go.
No. I
4
do.
year
She's not even
follower
in
right
here. Don't
there.
even let
4
her
years,
lie to
2
you
months,
like that.
3
She's not even
weeks.
in here right now. It's a little green. All right.
That is
but it's
that's the
just a
Christmas
very short
vacation song,
Santa,
yeah.
All right.
Nearly half a decade. Oh, we got another true kelp.
I mean, come on. Oh God, I'm about to die.
Oh, you're following. I think maybe it just got too many too quickly. Try it again, Nonder.
Hawaiian Christmas Day. Look here in just a second. Let's freaking go. Oh, Amba's in here too. Oh, come on. Come on.
Oh, wait, here.
This is so rigged. That's the island.
I had to show you
green
Octi
that
was
we
stuck
send
there.
To you from the land where palm trees sway. A little fast. Octi, come on. Come on, Octi. Oh, dang.
Octi's still
Crazy
stuck
Squirrel launched
there.
right over you. I think that was Crazy Squirrel. Oh, dang. Okay.
Is the thing to
Riding
say
spinners.
on a bright
Doesn't make sense to me because I had my 1 year sub 2 weeks ago.
Christmas
Wait, it said, wait, did it
Just
say
keep rolling, 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 rolling.
1
Hang
year,
on.
1
Oh,
day,
even the
17
candy cane?
minutes?
No, Phil. Phil and Octi. Oh, Phil. Leaves are in the dust.
Meli Kaliki Maka is Hawaii's way.
Yeah, I don't know. That's strange, Octi.
Christmas to you.
Maybe we got a
Can't believe
Coleman
we're
clip here.
mining out here again. Who would have thought? Not me. I did learn I need to go to Yorkshire Gold
The-
Tea.
the-
That's
the
legit.
follow- or the
Shire-
resub ones
tea
are
from
kinda
the Shire
weird.
Is oh gosh.
Because you can trigger one kind of early. I would trust the following one a little more than the sub
Screw
one.
you, Mr. Shark. Screw you. It's not even damaged.
I was
love that.
just
You
hovering the
take it
button
away,
like,
it's
what
not
is this
even
thing? And I would
damaged.
ask for
Saves my
confirmation.
spear,
Oh,
actually.
okay.
So here's what they are right here.
All
okay?
good.
It's a little jingle bell.
Yeah, I don't know how long it would be, Coleman. It'd be a long
What do you
time
say
though.
we decorate this beard. I don't.
Nonder's
I don't want
11
Kiak to
months,
miss
almost
it.
a year.
So we can decorate the beard.
I've not played marbles on stream. I haven't, Peachy. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody when I'm chatting here. Luce, just give your face a little shaky shake. What do we think? I think there's definitely a slothy clip in here. I don't know if I missed it or not, but I wouldn't be able to sneak up on anybody and give them a Christmas surprise. Okay, hang on a second. Good chat interactive game, definitely addicting. Yeah, I've played it. I guess I have played it before. I've never streamed it. There you go, my friends. 12. Maybe I didn't read that close enough. I've never streamed it. 7th or 8th grade, something like that. I joined a Cartoon Network bowling league. Oh man, the Cartoon Network bowling league. You got a little bowling bag right here. So this was mine right here. That's husband has the same beard bells. You hate them? Man, that's a trip down memory lane. Holy cow. So yeah, I did that when I was in like 7th or 8th grade, I think. No, you know what? Never mind. That was way sooner than that. Must have been 5th grade. So I was about 10 years old. Out of all the reindeers, you know you're the mastermind. I had no idea how loud I was. Run, Rudolph! Randolph ain't too far behind. Am I peeking? Be honest with me. You ready for this? Have a meowy Christmas. I'm so stupid sometimes, you guys. Christmas, everybody. I'm sorry. And, it's a wonder you guys still hang out with me. It does jingle. It does jingle, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Yes. What in the world, you guys? Stop My mom got him little LED lights to string in his beard. Animal. Oh, goodness. My favorite when it peaks. Wait, is it me or the totally cat? Peaked. And then away went Rudolph. Oh, we got a chaotic like a one. Shooting star. Yeah. Oh, God. And a slothy. Where'd I park my... This isn't where I parked my car. Oh, God. You have totally peaked. What do we think of this? Huh? Peaked in high school, but I haven't stopped peaking since, baby. That's pretty good, right? That's pretty Christmassy. Santa baby, just slip a singing with beer bells. I'll have to make sure to be around Christmas 2022. Oh, goodness. What am I going to do this year? Look at this. Look at how gorgeous this thing is. Been an awful good girl, Santa baby. So hurry down. No reflection on what's going on right now, or did you just... You just said, but I got to head off for a bit. Okay. I have no idea what that said, Steph. But Steph, thanks for the lurk. Like it. That's our little tree skirt, little Viking tree skirt. Slothy. OMG, you sound like Moira Rose from Schitt's Creek. Wait, really? Which part was that? Look at this. So we gotta start with the big gifts on the Moira bebe. We always, the bebe. Cute. Freaking cute is that? That is really cool, right? Come and trim. We got a nonder. My Christmas bush. Wait, you can open them? Wait. What? You can actually store stuff in here? What? That is just so cool. Cool. You're saying not sure why we hang out with you, right? We showed you what number 12 was. Let me show you what Majestic Marla unlocked with oh goodness, love Schitt's Creek. Such a good show. Such an incredible show. That sounds so wrong. Oh gosh. Better hide myself for this part. You guys deserve to see this in all its glory. Bush, wait. My friends. Yes. I shaped my own booty. We got a spooky out of oven baked clay, then poked a hole at the end of the pen so it would fit. So it that guy liner. Oh yeah, gargantuan booty hole for his favorite pen, but it's my emo Santa Lutz. Okay, that's a great gift. I mean, I get it. I get it. This shark, we got a Phil clip. Phil, if you've been lurking, my friend, I hope you've been doing well. In his face holes. Very nice. Chestnuts roasting. I don't want to call you out a lurk, but I do hope you've been doing well, my friend. We got an Octi clip. Drop the beat. Look at this. Drop the beat. Drop the beat. Drop the beat. How many times should I drop the beat? Merry Christmas. Another Phil. To you. Is this a landmine? Another Phil. Landmines go boom, and so does Santa if he steps on them. Why was it so much better than when I put eyeliner on myself? And so I can say I actually put that on myself. This simple phrase. I did. To kids from 1 to 69. Oh, 92. All right, let's see if I can make it through the whole thing. We got a DJ. Oh my gosh. Yikes. Although it's been said. Is this your most clipped month? Maybe. It might have been. I did a good amount of clipping on my own too because I wanted to add the songs in there, to give the full context of the holiday spectacular, you know. I have pretty large
Staff.
calves, and a little bit of a butt, you know. Just be prepared.
Always get those out of
Sweater's coming in
context
hot.
clips, you know.
Sweater's coming in hot. Here's the mistletoe, my friends. Just look at it.
Me.
We got to get ready for this here. Look at this. You come in.
Another
come into,
DJ.
Lutz Wait Manor, and you're like, Merry freaking Christmas. Yeah, and happy holidays.
Rocking around the Christmas tree.
There wasn't anything out of context about that. No, there was not.
Holiday.
You guys have to listen to this banger track.
Need a mistletoe sweater? Oh, I recommend it.
Everyone dancing merrily in the new old fashion way.
Song went that note was longer than I thought. you know?
Longer note than I thought there.
As I
Gonna
said.
date some dads today.
All right, my friends. Oh, this is a long song. Holy cow. This is a 4.5 minute song. Yikers. Okay, well, we're going to do our best. I actually didn't get a chance. I wanted to look for some of the discounted sweaters this year. I didn't end up getting a chance to do it. Dream Daddy. Daddy, sorry. Daddy, sorry.
Muted this one.
To save me from tears, I'll give it to someone.
Did you?
special,
Are you able to listen to it now?
special.
I think we got to go with Spanky Peterson.
I did play
Spanky
Dream
Peterson.
Daddy. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think
Dream Daddy was
that's
freaking
it.
funny.
We're going to be that dad.
Such a funny
Gave you
game.
my heart,
I liked it a lot. I didn't actually finish
you
it though.
gave me away.
Yeah, there we go.
Runs from December 1st. Okay, so you're able to listen to it now. Got it. All right. Cool. All right, so let me put me back where I came from, which is about right here. All righty. And then we'll go back here. All right. I think it's time to draw a name then. So it looks like we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 names to draw from. 19. So I don't know why I did this.
Okay, screw
Here.
it.
Oh God, not this
Santa's
again.
got to make his escape.
There we go. Okay, we need this. Where are we at here? Display capture right there. Okay, so let me go through the names. I'll shuffle them a few times, but this was just in order of the clips I used. So we have True Celt, Koro, Spooky, Spooky again, Koro, Nonder, True Celt, Coleman, Chaotic, Slothy, Nonder, Spooky, Phil, Octi, Phil, you DJ, Steph, you DJ. All right. So here we go. I'll shuffle the names a few times, and then the winner of this will get a gift card to Steam. Or if I have a game key that somebody wants, a game that I already have, let's shuffle it. I don't know. That's a random, totally arbitrary amount. So that's good. So what you can win is you can either win a Steam gift card directly. You can either win a Steam gift card. We just have to be friends on Steam for at least, I think, 24 or 48 hours. If there's a game like on sale that's around the $15 redo price tag, I'll just straight up gift you a game. Or if there's a game key that I already have, regardless of its value, you can have that. So that's what I'm looking at. And then also, it doesn't have to just be Steam. It could be Humble. I love Humble Bundle. It could be Fanatical. Like any of those places, you know, a reputable, I should clarify, a reputable key dealer. I'm not going to go get you a game on like some black market, you know, game site. Okay. But other than that, so yeah, Spanky Peterson. So Peachy, something that you have to know about me is anytime I can name my character gets named Spanky. If I can't name my character, I'll name something Spanky. So Crazy Squirrel, how the heck are you? Appreciate that gold coin, my friend. Cheers. A Gamefly gift card. Yes, indeedly, you can. And that was so good. Appreciate that, Nonder. So I've only been subbed for a month, but I've learned so much about this guild from that clip highlight. Yeah, you can learn a lot. You can learn a lot from the highlight videos, that's for sure. Gamefly still exists. I can't imagine it does. I don't think so. Let's look though. Gamefly. It does. How is this a thing? Oh, they've expanded a little bit. We rush your games to you free shipping. Swap games anytime, thousands to choose from. Keep the games you love with a great discount. Wowzers. And so it's not even, do they even have digital options? Cypher, hey, how are you? How many of you had Gamefly subscriptions in the past? I never had one. These, I'm assuming, do they have any? Let's see. Yeah, let's look at more platforms here. Game Boy Advance. Oh, they only have 2 games though. An American Trail, Fievel's Gold Rush. Oh gosh, Fievel. Garfield, The Search for Pookie. That sounds a little naughty. It's not, but it kind of does a little bit. Yeah, wow. Okay, that is a whole rabbit hole we could go down there, but almost like Netflix still having discs to send to you. They do still have, they do. I actually confirmed that just a few days ago, like a week ago or so. But Cypher, appreciate the hug, my friend. How the heck are you? Games for Flies. Instant nostalgia. I did that for a while until I started working at a Hastings. Wait, Hastings? Did Netflix and Gamefly side by side for about a year, so that's amazing. I had the Netflix DVD subscription for a little bit when I was in college. But yeah, GameCube. Should we see the GameCube games real quick? Oh, none. They got none. PSP movies. What about PSP games? Oh, they got a few. Not many. Harvest Moon, though. I can't click on the game. Oh, wait. Oh. 30 days free rentals. There you go. Oh, you can buy as well. Those were just the games I could rent. Ooh, okay. These are games I can buy. Are any of these at a good price? Is $7.99 a good price for Star Wars Squadrons? $19.99 for PS4 Resident Evil Village. Oh, these actually look like decent prices. $20 for Far Cry 6 for PS4. CD keys. I've used CD keys in the past. Found out it is not a legitimate key reseller. So yeah. Hastings was a book, movies, and video game place. You could rent games and stuff there. Okay, I've never been there. Love the Harvest Moon series, right? I've actually never played myself, but I know a lot of people that do love it. PSP, also instant nostalgia. I had a PSP. I dropped it on the power switch, and the power switch broke off inside. So it stopped turning on. I sold it to a buddy of mine, and he ended up opening it up and fixing it. And so he got a cheap PSP that way. But I was just like, yeah, I don't know that I want to do it. I'm ready to move on from it. Kind of wish I hadn't, if I'm being honest, but. The Secret of Monkey Island. Vanguard for $29.99. $7.99 seems good for Squadrons. Yeah, I thought it was launched at a budget. Okay. Oh, though it was launched at a budget. Oh, that's right. They are used. Okay. It's true. Loved it till it got bad. Really? It got bad. That's unfortunate. All right, my friends, let's draw a name here. And the winner, I will reach out to and get your preference on a prize, whether it be a gifted game, a Steam gift card, or a game key of a game that I already own. So here we go. Are we picking one name? Here we go. Who's it going to be? Your DJ. Your DJ Music is the winner. So I'll reach out to you, DJ. I think he's working. Been a busy little guy. He's not little. He's actually a lot bigger than me. So yeah, we'll reach out to you, DJ. Get him his games or whatever it might be. And yeah, my friends, I do still have I do need to do a drawing for January as well as February. But it's not going to be from a highlight video standpoint. It's just going to be more about the clips that I would have used in a highlight video. Again, I'm not going to, highlight videos are going on the back burner. So as I try to get together with like the partnerships and all the other stuff I mentioned in the announcement. So my boy, hey, yeah, DJ, let's party. Like that with my PS2, gave it to a friend, regretted that. Right. I know the PS2 is one of the best consoles of all time. Such a good console. $1 gazillion to all chat from Lutz. Yay. I wish. I tell you what, if I could, I would. Need someone to help out with highlight videos. I mean, I could. I feel bad doing that though, because I can't offer anything really. I don't know. I can't really offer much, but I also don't know how it would get you the clips. I mean, I suppose most of them could probably be down. I don't know. Can you download clips from other channels on Twitch? Or how does that work? I don't know. I mean, I can download them because they're clips of my channel, but I don't know if anybody can download them. But maybe. I mean, you could try. So, my friends, congratulations to you, DJ. I will actually call him out in the giveaways channel real quick. To you directly soon, my friend. Cheers. There we go. December clip contest giveaway drawing. No, that's fine. It makes sense. So I can download my own, but not sure if I can download yours. Anyway, we can chat about that. Just keep it in mind. I super appreciate that, Nonder. Seriously. That'll be a nice little ping for him. Yeah, hopefully. Haven't used Discord in so long. Fair enough. It is tough. I'll be honest. Like I have Twitter, and I realized this morning, man, I hadn't logged into my Twitter in a full week because I was gone, you know? I don't know. Sometimes I forget about those things. I'm not active enough on my Twitter account to continuously go back to it. So my phone just buzzed. Wonder what the notification could be. Oh, goodness. And I've been taking a break from Wordle lately. I know we've been having some people still play. I hope you've been enjoying it all. Mrs. Magoots recently found a new version of Wordle. It's called Anti-Wordle. I want to give that one a shot. But I knew the word from yesterday, so I didn't want to try it yesterday. I might give it a shot today for the first time. So anyway, my friends. Oh, you guys could see the Discord that whole time, huh? I'm glad nobody took advantage of that and posted any weenie pics or anything. So thank you for that. I appreciate your trust. But yeah. Largely been ignoring my Twitter. Yeah, I know. Me too. It's just, I don't know. It's not on purpose. It's not on purpose at all. But I forgot I was showing my entire display there. So yeah, again, appreciate your not posting any ding dongs on chat there. So anyway, my friends, I need to head to the tavern. I've got a day of work coming up. So let's meet there and chat. Deleted World just kind of stopped playing. Yeah, I don't know. The thing is, it's like it takes like 5 minutes of my day, so it's not like it's any sort of big time sink. I just was like, I don't need to play it today. I don't feel like playing it today either, you know. And then it just was like, I don't really miss it. So, but it is satisfying when you guess a word, you know. Classy Guild, no weenie picks here. The occasional weird foot pick, indeed, but no weenies. I'd be lying if I told you I hadn't considered selling feet pics lately. I stopped once it got super popular on Facebook. I'm a hipster and I don't care. Did anyone register for a key to get that Bandai game Get Even? Get Even? I did not. What is Get Even? Is it a TV series made into a game? No. Wait. No. I did not. Socks and sandals, baby. Yes. Oh, goodness. My friends, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed the just chatting with me. But I wanted to get you all caught up on how New York went. Like I said, there'll be some posts coming. I'll do kind of a just brief overview of the trip that'll be free to everybody, and a more in-depth like description of the event to Ko-fi subscribers. I'll be honest, I've kind of I'm open to suggestions on this. I want my Ko-fi to be a look behind the curtain, but I also don't know how much, I mean, it is the internet, right? I don't know how much info to trust out there. And so I've been trying to figure out, like, how much do I have to censor what gets put on there? Because, like, I don't want to, I mean, several of you know my full real name, my full real name, right? And so you could do nefarious things with that if you would, if you wanted to. And so I'm trying to decide, like, how much of that info to put out there. So I'm open to people's opinions on that. If you guys think it's safe, or if I need to continue taking the time to try to at least put those walls up a little more. But yeah, I will say the people that that do know my full name for sure, like, I trust you guys, you know what I mean? It's just like, how much of that, like, how many other people could get access to that info? I obviously don't want it out into the entire world, but maybe behind, like, the Ko-fi paywall I could trust, you know? I don't know. So, but anyway, if anybody has any thoughts on that, feel free to share, because I really need to do my research. But posted a link on Discord for it. Got key, did not try yet. Okay, sounds good. Thanks, Cypher. Curry, my friend, has been trying send me TikToks of girls who sell used socks online. I'm, like, really tempted to try. Oh gosh. Kids are expensive. That they are. Those are some expensive pets, you know? Still wasn't talking much, but glad to have you here. Was glad to see some past clips. No worries at all, Katie. Thank you so much for being with us. It's never anything you have to apologize for. Just hanging and lurking. Ever. Can't knock their hustle, I guess. I just registered for TikTok the other day myself. Oh goodness. I'm resisting the urge because I feel like I've missed the boat on it, you know? Take care all and be safe. Thank you for the stream. Thanks for hanging out today, Cypher. And I'm glad to hear from you, my friend. I know things have been tough. And so always good if you're able to check in. Don't feel like you have to by any means, but always good to hear from you. Look behind the curtain, you see Lutz without his shirt. That you will eventually, yes. Again, it's not the point of the clip, and it's a very brief one. I'm not trying to, you know, it's not just, I'm just saying, okay, it's a little bit more PG-13, if you will. Don't have a TikTok account, just watch videos as they're sent to me. I'm old and stuck in the past. His full real name is Spanky Luterton. Gosh dang it, doxing me like that, Nonder? Spanky McLutz McGoots. Spanky Luterton Goots. Personal identifiers and job is wide open on Twitch. So far, so good. That's good to hear, Professor. I'd have to go look up your name. I got stored in the same spot as I put passwords given to me by users. In my mind. There you go. In my mind. At least I'm safe inside my mind. Your real name is Chris. I'm going to stream. It's not Chris, no. Considering starting to make some TikTok content, gone full Zoomer. Oh, goodness. You'll get called a boomer, though. He's doing that, but I'm feeling the spirit of short-form personal content in the 2000s era YouTube spirit. Thinking it'd be nice to give inspiration/spiritual pick-me-ups. For sure. Such a time sink when I consume, but it's great for discoverability. That's what I keep hearing, yeah. I'd be curious to know how many streamers who have reached at least like one of their milestone goals would attribute that achievement to their TikTok. I'd be curious to know that. Because I have a theory that it's a very specific subset of people that I would not qualify for. I think you might know where I'm going with this, but I feel like I don't know if it would help me or not, and that's one of the reasons why I haven't done it. But also just because I can barely even keep up with the current platforms I have. So adding another one, I feel like, really, you're gonna do this, Lutz? You know, but. I'd be all for that. We need more positivity. That we do. Exactly my purpose, positivity, cheer up people. Yes. Think about guessing people's middle names, but first names are so much more challenging, but at least I can cross Chris from the... yeah, I'm not Chris. Although my first name is public info. That's in my about panels. It also depends on what you play. That is true as well. Attribute none of my success to TikTok since I don't have a TikTok. There you go. There you go. Your success came from being an Elgato featured streamer, right? No. I'm kidding, Professor. Your success came from being you, my friend. Your personality is excellent for TikTok. Oh, goodness. Oh, geez. Is it? It is. Yeah, it is. My info's, my first name is on my About Me. Twitch have better discoverability. We need that algorithm. First name is Chad. Oh, gosh. RPGs sadly don't get much traction, but we know they're awesome. That's true. RPGs, they don't really. They don't a lot. You don't a lot. Exactly. Elgato featured streamer. Yes. Still, when I saw that, I was like, okay, I know this guy, you know? It's pretty cool. Forgot the Kappa. All good, True Cal. No, it would be kind of fun. I actually have had some of my athletes tell me, like, you can make a YouTube channel. And my athletes don't know that I stream because, again, it would put me in kind of a weird position, so I don't tell them that I stream. They're like, you could have a YouTube channel and everything. I'm like, oh, could I? You know, I don't know. It's just, but I don't know. Still a common name, but not as common as Chris. Not Chris, yeah. Elden Ring is popping off. That's true. I was actually going to say that Elden Ring is probably one of the few that have. Skyrim, of course, like, there's a lot of Skyrim content out there too, but I feel like it's just definitely a much more small, you know, only a few games for how many games are out there. I'll just call you Not Chris. Hey, Not Chris. Chris is actually the name of my neighbor. My friends, let me give out some thank yous. And I don't know how many of these are going to show up, but I've got more thank yous to give. I mean, thank you to all of you. We had some cheers from Terry and also the Crazy Squirrel. My mod squad, thank you so much. Coleman, Curry, Octi. We also had Chaotic stop in for a bit too. Subs from Coleman T16 and Mrs. Magoots. And our Ko-fi members, Chaotic, Iron, Phil, Fresh, Coro, Nidalicious, Spooky Deer, and some random guy named Brendan Moon who just got added. So thank you so much for that. Brendan, whoever you are. We'll get you added on that list. That list is manual, so I have to add you. So gotta run. See you all soon. I also have to run. Professor, great to see you too. I hope you all have an amazing rest of your day. There will be some more info coming in the Discord via what we're doing, the schedule-wise for the next few days, weeks, you know, months as I look into these partnerships. But I'll also post a summary of what I just announced today too. So those that missed it, I'll post both in the Discord and in Ko-fi so that you know, it's cross-posted and people have access to it. So with that, I have to go. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, chatting with me. It's good to be back. I will see you all tomorrow. Schedule to be determined. So I'll be streaming it, excuse me, the normal time, just the game will be determined. So bye, Not Chris. Thanks for the fun chatting stream. Miss being in the tavern. Me as well. Bye, Nate. Oh, Nate's one I get a lot, actually. Have a good one, Lutz. You as well, Katie. Thank you all so much. I will see you all tomorrow. Please have the best Wednesday possible. And until then, take care of yourselves. Be safe out there. I've missed y'all. Glad to be back. I'll see you soon. Bye.